What's up, everybody? Welcome to a draft reaction show from proud New York Jets fans. I know we're all excited. I know this weekend was fantastic. I'm about to light my victory cigar from what Joe Douglas did with the draft this weekend. But before we get to that and our toast and our celebration and our discussion, I have to bring in two very good friends of mine. First, you know the chaotic one. You know the lunatic. He's bringing the chaos. He was on with Ryan and Green Bean and Matt today doing Jets 24/7, who had a huge show. We'll talk about that. Let me bring in my friend Jeremy. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
How are you?
We're good. I'm trying to keep up with all the undrafted free agents we're signing. We signed a handful of them already.
I've seen the running back. I didn't get any other alerts yet.
The bad news is Verone McKinley signed with the Dolphins.
How about Mike Teverdoff from Ruckers? Any news on him?
No.
He's an edge. He's from Union. My buddy coached him in high school, and then he went to Ruckers, and now he was eligible to be drafted. I saw Bo Melton got drafted by Seattle. Let me add our other friend to the show before we get into all that, so we're not doubling back. Next, you know he is the trivia mind of Jets Nation. Alex Gordon will live in infamy with me because of his question the other night on the show. I bring in my friend Adam, Mr. Y2K. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's Adam?
Oh my gosh, I feel like, what do we do now with our lives after
2023 mocks?
Yeah, you know when I start watching college football when bowl season begins, typically. But after 4 or 5 months of this, just not, focusing on nothing but prospects, nothing but the draft. Let's do a mock this way. Let's do a mock that way. It's like, when I have free time, what the heck am I going to do now? So yeah, it's nice to be onto a new. It's nice to be onto a new era, and we can start figuring this team out.
Yes.
Adam, I don't think that Nick knows the running back that we signed to a UDFA.
Zonovan Knight.
Yeah.
Zonovan Knight from NC State.
Yes.
Go back. Bam! Knight. Yes.
That was a guy people had teams drafting in the 4th and 5th rounds.
Absolutely. I think we even took him in one of our mock drafts, one of our Monday night mocks. But yeah, he can definitely. I think he can do a couple things. I'm pulling up some scouting. I know for one thing he does return kicks pretty well, so that's not bad. But he's the only one I think I'd heard of that we've signed. We've signed like 6 guys. I mean, I'm hearing about. I guess the only linebacker we were actually able to get was this guy DQ Thomas. Dairy Queen Thomas. I'm assuming that's what the DQ would stand for. But we gave him a guarantee on the level of Isaiah Dunn. So they must see something in this guy. If they're going to give him the
Dunn
kind of money they gave Isaiah Dunn.
Dunn got like near a record one last year, right? Was it Dunn or Huff the year before? But we gave out some big money to
It was Isaiah Dunn, yeah. And this guy, DQ Thomas, got a comparable amount of money.
Wow.
So they must believe in him.
Let me say hello to a couple people. We got Braden from New Zealand, Jeremy. One of your loyal followers has come over here and joined the chat. He was with me the other day. We got Buffalo Jet fan. He's in the house. What's up, buddy? If you want to come on, Jeremy, you have his email, right?
Buffalo Jet fan? Yeah, I can get it. I can get him.
If you want to come on, just let us know in the chat, and Jeremy will shoot you the invite, or go ahead and he can pop in and surprise us too. We got Rusty Spooner in the house. What's up, buddy?
Rusty, what's up, buddy?
And we got me commenting to Buffalo. So
I'll give you a couple things on Knight really quick here. So he's, let's see, 5'11", 220 pounds. He ran a 4.58 40 time. So he's got some size and he's got some speed. He's got to learn a little bit about receiving, about catching the ball out of the backfield. His blocking.
Let me interrupt you real quick. Is this Hall or is this the undrafted?
I'm talking about the undrafted guy.
Okay. I missed the name. That's all.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Knight for a second. So let's see here. Yeah, he's got to get his blocking a little bit figured out. He doesn't have a lot of experience as a receiver. He gives effort on blocking, but often gets beat by oncoming rushers. So that's on the negative side. More on the positive side. Let's see. Has a good burst, has a good explosiveness to beat linebackers. he gives the effort on blocking. He's just got to learn the techniques. If you got the effort, maybe there's a good chance we could teach you the fundamentals. Very patient. Where have I heard that before from a running back? Sounds a little bit like Breece Hall. And very explosive with good straight line speed. So, it's definitely worth taking a shot. I mean, some people have had him in the top 10 for running back prospects. So this is definitely a guy worth bringing in.
Yeah. And you starting to see the Douglas Salah imprint being put on this team. You see the speed. You see the athleticism, you see the grittiness, you see the nastiness. When you start bringing up all the adjectives of the players that we're picking, there's a common theme, right? Hard worker, grinder, relentless, nonstop motor. You're starting to see the identity of the New York Jets come to fruition. It's not just talk anymore. We'll get into the draft. We'll get into specifics. We will discuss every player, every move the Jets made. But right now, what's your thoughts of the team and where they're at after the draft? Jeremy, I'll throw it to you first.
Look, I think we're not only filling our needs and filling positions. There's still a couple left to go, I think, but it's okay. We have cap flexibility, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity to pick guys up. So I think people might be panicking too soon. But we actually have depth building in a lot of important rooms, defensive line, the secondary, the cornerback room, the tight end room, the wide receiver room is building up even more exciting than it was last year. So there's some exciting things going on. Our quarterback room is strong too, by the way. I think, our backup quarterbacks I trust either one of them to give us a shot in a game. I really do. They might not, so I'm starting to feel like we, on paper, if we stay healthy and Zach continues the rise when he came back, that progress that he was making, if he takes over and starts the season at that point and continues to make that progress with this offensive line, with these wide receivers, with these running backs now, with these tight ends, with this defensive line, with this secondary, I'm starting to feel really good. And I'm starting to think, it's very realistic. Nothing will shock me. It's very realistic. It's not ridiculous to say 10 wins with this team. I'm not saying it'll happen. I know we have a tough schedule and they might have to gel and it might take some time. But if they win 10 games, it's not shocking when you look at this team on paper.
I think you're looking between 8 to 10. I really do. And the reason I say that is because when you can win in the trenches, you have a chance in every game. And you're going to win some games you're not expected to. When you can get the best of people in the trenches, and how many games did we lose in the last couple of years because we couldn't close out, because we couldn't put together that 5-6 minute drive to end the game? We punt Tampa Bay. We give them the ball back with 2 minutes, they beat us. But if we have a better line and we can run the ball and we can convert those 3rd and 2s where now we're going to line up, we're going to run behind Tomlinson and Becton. We're going to run behind Fant and Vera Tucker. We're going to pull Vera Tucker and run behind Tomlinson, Becton, and Vera Tucker on not a toss, but like a little bit of a sweep. Now you're talking about extending drives. You're talking about shortening the game. You're talking about the New York Jets playing dominant football. We might win the game 17-16, but we're going to get out with a damn W. How many playoff games has San Francisco won? 17-16, 16-13. Because when you can dominate and control the trenches, you have a shot in every game in the NFL. When you can protect and you can hit the quarterback, you're going to have a shot in every game. I don't see us being roadkill anymore. I don't see any 44-13 games like we did against Buffalo. I don't see Indy running all over us and 40-25 having to come back with like 2 late touchdowns. I don't see that with this team. We have playmakers on every level, on both sides of the ball, special teams. We are building a very, very good, thorough team. I think 8 wins could be our floor. I think 10 could be our ceiling. But 8, 9, 10 wins this year in year 2 of a staff, year 2 of a rookie, a second-year quarterback, I don't think that's too crazy. Granted, we might lose a game or two. We think we're going to win, but I think if we can win 3-4 games, we're not favored, and we come out with W's. Adam, what do you think? I got to get up real quick. Go ahead. I'll throw it to you.
Of course. So, yeah, I think the biggest thing to me is be competitive in every game. And we are not going to be the most talented team in the NFL. We're not going to be close. We're still going to be one of the youngest teams in the NFL, if not the youngest. But we're starting to establish, I know we all are tired of the word, but culture. It's a very overused word, but there is something about doing business. At the same time, this is what the Ravens have created. This is what the Steelers have created. This is what the Patriots had created, and so on and so on. That's what the Seahawks had for a while. These guys come in, they're taught how to do business. They're taught how to prepare, how to practice, how to play, how to eat, sleep, everything. That is what we have needed here for 10 years. Now we're starting to see where this is going. And I think when I'm looking at these players, especially later on, there's two different types of players that I'm noticing we're getting. You've either got to be a great athlete. You have to have some special athletic ability, whether it's size, speed. You got to have something in terms of your athleticism that makes you a difference maker. Or you got to be a leader. If you're not one of those two, I'm already seeing, I think two of our undrafted free agents I already know are captains, team captains. If you don't bring leadership or great athletic ability, special athletic ability to the table, well, Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh are not interested in bringing you to the Jets. So they know the type, and I've heard a few people talk about, oh, man, I really wanted this guy. I wanted to draft this guy. I wanted this guy in undrafted free agency. And I had those same thoughts, too. There's guys I really wanted. But here's the biggest thing I'm starting to figure out. We know what kind of players we want. Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh, Rex Hogan, Chad Alexander, Jeff Ulbrich, Mike LaFleur, they know the kind of players we need. And ultimately, they know better than we do. And that's what I will go back to, even when they make a decision I don't understand. Right now, they have my trust. So
that's a great point.
I'm going to keep trusting them until they give me a reason to not trust them.
That's a fantastic point that we've discussed. I know on the Wednesday show when we've all been together. And I said something similar. I said something along the lines of, if they make a move, I actually trust this coach and GM, and I know they have a plan, and I know they're not wavering from that plan. It's not this anymore. It's let's try this. No, how about this guy? Well, maybe he'll fit our scheme. It's none of that. It is a tunnel vision. It is a straight ahead path, and it is, we know our type of player. We know the type of character we want. We know what fits our scheme. And if you are not that guy, we are putting the big family feud X on you, and you are not going to be a part of what we want to do. There's no more rolling the dice on players. That's why, even though you guys know I'm on record saying it, I did not want a corner. But what did I say on your show last week, Jaron, on the panel Wednesday night? If that's the route they decide to go, I'm going to support it because I trust in Joe and Salah to build this. I trust their opinions over any of ours. And as much as I love and respect you guys and Green Bean and others, their opinions matter more than anyone's else. And I love the Gardner pick much more after the trade up for Jermaine Johnson. The combination of the edge that we were debating at 4, right? The rumors all week were Johnson over Thibodeau at 4. That's how much the Jets loved him. Adding 2 players that you could have took it for is just amazing for this defense. You're looking at speed. You're looking at playmakers. You're looking at guys with closing out ability. You're looking at how many plays have we missed the last couple years where it's a sweep, it's a screen, it's a quick pass, and we don't have the speed from the 7 to get out there to make that play, and the guy turns it into an 18-yard thing before the safety can get to him. Now we're going to be blowing these plays up, line of scrimmage or behind. So we have a lot of speed. We have a lot of athleticism on the defense. We know we got a coach that can coach the scheme up. We know we got better at every single position. You want to go kicker? We brought in Greg Zuerlein. We're better. You want to go O-line? We brought in Tomlinson. We're better. You want to go receivers? We drafted Wilson and re-signed Berrios. We're better. Running back? Hall. We're better. Tight ends? Light years better. With 3 tight ends who could potentially be starters in the NFL we have on one roster. D-line? Better. Linebackers are better. Secondaries, better. Coaches year 2, better. We are getting better in every aspect of the game. And my slogan the last week or two has been the water level is rising. The Jets' frozen ice caps are melting, and the water level is rising because of how good and the substance that we are adding to this team. We aren't adding roll the dice guys. We aren't adding role players. We added star after star. You could potentially have in a year, maybe this year, the best cornerback in football. I think he can challenge Ramsey with his size, his tackling ability, and his coverage skills. I think he can really, and I'm going to use the word, jettison up into the discussion of top cornerback in the NFL very quickly. We've seen it before. We know what it looks like. We aren't going to crown the kid before he deserves it. But based upon our schedule in the beginning, why can't we?
My expectation on Sauce is Pro Bowl by next year. That's how much I believe in him, and I believe in his talent. I don't see any reason why not. In this day and age where cornerback is an important position, but the talent does not match the need, if you know what I'm trying. People are all thinking Jalen Ramsey is the best cornerback in football.
This is my buddy with the comment. This is who I do the IOW Sports Network podcast with. He's a Lions fan. And we constantly dig each other, so it's not a dig. It's a dig at me. It's not a dig at our team. That's just how we go at one another. Wise ass. We go at each other every show. If you've ever seen us, with me and him, we fight like brothers. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I wanted to explain that before the chat and everything else went nuts.
No, it's fine. I think as premium a position as cornerback has become in the NFL, the level of talent doesn't match it. I mean, look at Jalen Ramsey, how hyped we all know that he's an excellent player, but it felt like, especially later in the playoffs, it was highlight after highlight of him getting beat. If that's the best cornerback we have in football, you know what? Sauce Gardner, with what he has done over the last couple of years, he's got the character, he's got the work ethic, he's got the talent, the physical ability, the mental aptitude, the leadership. I don't see any reason why he cannot become, I don't want to say Revis. I don't know if we're ever going to see a player like that again in our lifetime.
Probably not, unless they change the rules.
And they change rules, right? It's the nature of the game. He
excelled at the right time.
We know
Revis
that.
Now might not be the same player as 2008 Revis.
Right, and you know what? I'm not asking him to be. But I want one we can be comfortable with, okay, he's going to catch a few passes, but he's not going to burn us, and he'll know how to play him. Like, we're pretty good with this.
Yeah.
So to me, Gardner, I have very high expectations for very early on. Other guys I think I actually have. I'm trying to think who I wouldn't have like super high expectations for me. I think of the first 4 draft picks, my lowest expectations are Garrett Wilson in terms of the short term. I think Breece Hall, I'm putting them right up there for what they did for them trading up for him. Okay, and I haven't made any secret. I did not want a running back in round 2. I've been steadfast on it. Okay, because I'm like, especially once 12:45 passed and we had no more draft picks left. I'm like, fifth round would be really nice, and maybe if we had waited 3 picks, we could have got him.
Yeah,
it didn't work out that way. So.
Yeah. Well, let's not get too far ahead. Let's go pick by pick. Let me throw the Gardner pick to Jeremy, and then we'll go on. We'll discuss every pick. We'll cover it all. Jeremy, thoughts on Sauce?
So I watched a lot of tape on Sauce. I'm obsessed with him. I watched every video I could. I watched games where they show every play on defense. And I also watched a lot of tape on Jameson Williams. And do you know what I noticed?
What you got?
There was only one cornerback that I found that pretty much shut down Jameson Williams. And that was Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams, watch the game. Watch that game. Watch Ohio,
the playoff, the college football
Alabama.
Playoff.
Watch Alabama, Cincinnati. Watch Jameson Williams and tell me what he does. I don't know if it was the play. Maybe, yeah. He matched up against the other side also against Cody Bryant, but in the plays where Jameson Williams, it was like had to be like a short, quick out, but there was no yak.
Okay.
He He did not have a big game. That was I was so interested in that. I wanted to see what did Jameson Williams do against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He didn't do much because Sauce Gardner.
Nobody did, right?
Sauce Gardner is someone who can stop anyone because he was stopping a guy with 4.3 type speed and shutting him down. So I have no doubt, because that was a healthy before the ACL, obviously, injury. Sauce Gardner was stopping the highest competition in college football and guys that are going to be future NFL players and maybe even stars. This guy is for real. You don't go that long without giving up a touchdown unless you're for real. How often in college do you see teams avoiding throwing to an entire side of the field? It was impressive. And everything he's done has backed it up that it wasn't the competition only like that. You know what I mean? There's no theories, because he showed up at the combines and he was by far one of the best athletes and had one of the most impressive combines we've ever seen. The guy was for that position. He was absolutely ridiculous. This is about as real deal as you can be. And I'm excited.
And to me, he had the highest floor of any draft prospect in this draft. If I had to bet on one guy not busting out, it would be Sauce Gardner, when you factor in every single intangible and every trait. So that was why, even though I knew cornerback was not our biggest position of need, we got to remember, the draft is not always about taking your worst positions and making them good. Sometimes it's about taking decent positions and making them great. And that's what we did with the number 4 pick.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll get into the 3rd pick of the first round. But when we first took this pick, I didn't jump. I didn't celebrate. I kind of said to myself, I didn't have a negative reaction. I was like, let me see the full plan before I speak on it.
Patience. What a concept.
Wild, right? For me and the Jet fan to put those two things together, I'm like, you know what? And I've said this. I said this on Jeremy's show. I said it on my show. I said it anywhere I've been. I trust in Joe and Salah to do what's best for the team. Me, I wanted an edge rusher. At 4, when we took Sauce, there's no negativity about it. You're adding an elite talent. So I took the wait and see approach. And then we'll get into that when we get to the 3rd pick. Jeremy.
Yeah.
Could you email CJ an invite? Because right on cue, my buddy Ray, who was here watching the draft with me last night, says, "Where's your boy that was kicking and screaming about Sauce before the draft?" Because CJ went nuts about Sauce.
Let me tell you,
my buddy CJ. Ray must have referenced CJ a dozen times last night.
Let me tell you something about CJ, okay? CJ is lucky that I'm his friend. Otherwise, I might take his tone as a threat of violence and have to throw him a beating.
And I don't want to speak on CJ's behalf. He said give him a few minutes and he'll join Ray. So if you're going to stick around, you'll get to hear him. But I would think he's going to say something along the lines similar to me, that it's not what he would have done. Obviously, we know that from his tangent the other day. But
Jeremy, you know what I think I need, Jeremy? I think I need to hear you. I think I need to hear CJ and Braden arguing over who the Jets should be drafting. A little New Zealand and CJ back and forth.
We gotta go edge, and we gotta stop making fucking excuses for not going edge. Yeah, but Greg Lloyd is very special. He's a great talent. And you can't give up a special talent like Greg Lloyd. You could take him in any part of the draft. It's not bed making.
And then you got to bring in Howard Cosell. Here we have the New Zealander arguing with the boy from Brooklyn.
DJ,
a young strapping man. He certainly is.
DJ DeSimone, a man who's passionate about football.
A man who does not hide his opinions.
A man who could put down half a pie of pizza and order another one before he's finished.
No, that's us, Jeremy. That's the 3 of us.
A group of men that order pitchers of beer for themselves, not the community to share.
For whatever reason, they choose PBR.
Rusty Spooner, an evaluator of talent.
I got the Miller Lights tonight. I'm splurging for the draft.
As opposed to like Ice House or Keystone Light.
Hey, you know what? We could just simply do this. We're gonna mute him.
Okay, I'm just gonna start.
All right. Let's catch up in the chat real quick. Rusty saying he's definitely going to be getting tested. Yeah. You know what? The battles in practice is what I'm looking for. We saw it last year, right? Elijah Moore stepped on the field for the rookie camp, and the minute he stepped on the field, everybody was saying he was the best player. Now, was that because our secondary wasn't the greatest in the world, and Elijah was just that good of a player? But now you got Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore. Now you got Reed and you got Gardner. The battles in practice are going to be fun. The videos, the stories, the just the energy of, defense always has the advantage. Offense has to learn the timing and the routes and the depth and all that. So defense always gets the early advantage, which, you know what, be a really big confidence booster for this team, adding somebody like Sauce. And if you did not see the video of Woody Johnson outside by the bus with Sauce Gardner talking about his necklace with the bottle, it's cringy, but it's like funny cringy because you have a 75-year-old rich white billionaire trying to relate to a 20-year-old millennial who, they're not anything in common, the two of these, except the New York Jets. And Woody Johnson says to him, well, what do you put in the sauce bottle? He's like, well, some days it's like barbecue, some days it's teriyaki. You're never going to know. And Woody's like, well, how do you know? He goes, well, I'm going to know because I'm the one putting it in there. It was just cringy, but it was like entertainment cringe. Like it was really, really awkward, but funny to watch.
I really think that the Johnsons have learned their place. I remember even in the last couple of years, there were Jets fans who would complain, we're never going to win anything with the Johnsons owning this team. Yeah. And I never understood that. I don't need my owners to be geniuses about football. I mean, is Robert Kraft? Robert Kraft was a season ticket holder for the Patriots.
I say it all the time. Yeah. I love his macaroni and cheese, but the guy doesn't know a goddamn thing about football. He just hired the right guy.
And just disclosure, we all know it's not really Kraft. That Kraft, it's different, but it makes a good narrative. It's actually Kraft paper. It has nothing to do with Kraft products, not the mac and cheese.
Really? Robert Kraft has nothing to do with it?
Oh, yeah. No. This is it's a paper thing. It has nothing to do with macaroni and cheese. I can assure you. Yes.
He has nothing to do. I thought he was Kraft products. I thought he was all the Kraft products.
I read it in one of the Boston papers one time. And it was about paper and those types of supplies, not food.
Then fuck.
I should have made that a trivia question, shouldn't I?
That would have been a great trivia question. I would have been like mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
It's true. But he did hire the right guy. But you're right. He hired the right guy. And for a while, I believe we had the right guys in place with Rex and Tannenbaum. Say whatever you want about each of them. But then when you hire the wrong guys and your hiring processes and your organizational structure don't make sense, then you're going to look completely incompetent. But that was what, the more that we are seeing these videos, the more that we see that Saleh and Douglas. Did you see the press conference today with Saleh and Douglas, the way Douglas put Saleh over, just kind of like unsolicited? Did you see them today with that? Okay. And he talked about just, all the young players that he jumped headfirst basically into the water, playing these kids, giving them meaningful snaps. He knew we were going to struggle in 2021. He accepted it. But he knew it would pay off long term because these guys have reps. They know what to expect. They didn't sign a bunch of one-year veterans last year, just to get an extra 2 wins or something like that. They took their lumps. They're doing it the right way, and I think it's going to help them that much more this year. Seeing everybody on the same page like this makes me feel so much better. Go ahead.
You're starting to echo a little bit. I don't know if you got to make an adjustment.
I am not switching my mic again. We are not going through this shit again. I'm telling you right now.
It was good the whole time, and then it just started.
I'm hearing echo too, to be honest with you.
Jeremy, say something.
Hello.
You
I'll
said it
mute.
twice.
I'll mute. You guys talk.
Did you say hello twice to make it sound like an echo?
No,
He did.
not on purpose to be a wise ass.
It was perfect timing though. It was very well done. It was unplanned, but it was perfect.
I know.
Ray, my buddy Ray comments, "You're gonna love it here." What did I say the other day? It's all Woody and Chris say when they on phone. Hey, we're happy to have you. You're gonna love it here. We're very excited. You're gonna love it here.
And the one draft video, I want to say it was. I don't think it may have been Ruckert. It may have been. I know it was a later one, and they haven't released it. It was I think it was Ruckert. And he said, "Can you hear everybody clapping in the background?" And he's like waving his hand like this, like start clapping, everybody. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, nobody even breathes when Woody talks. Like that's just the owner walking in. So I hear you.
But seeing him actually waving his hand forward is in the past he said, "Can you hear everybody clapping?" when nobody was clapping, but this time he's actually he's like the cheering section. He's like the flight crew in the draft room.
So is
oh my god.
You see Rusty's comment on the bottom. Is Robert Kraft Robert California?
Now I'm getting the echo.
Yeah, I got you echoing too. How is the audio in the chat, guys? Is it echoing on your end too, or is it just something with StreamYard? Are you guys okay in the chat? Give me a little feedback, please.
No, since the webcam I've had issues. I'm going to try a quick thing here. Hopefully this won't turn me into the chipmunk again. All right, how about that? I think that's better.
Perfect.
Okay. So here's what's weird. The echo cancellation was on. I turned it off and turned it on again, and now it's fine.
Okay.
It's the same setting, but I just maybe I had to adjust it twice. So.
Yeah.
All right, we should be good.
So for those that watch The Office, is Robert Kraft. Now I'm going to refer to him as Robert California.
There you go.
Anyone who watches The Office knows the reference. Before we go any further,
by the way, just a random question. I've had people say that I look like Ryan from The Office. Is this true?
If you had shaved a goatee, yes, I could see it with the color hair and the facial feature structure. Yes. I would love to see a picture without the facial hair, and yes.
You'd have to go back a couple of years for that, but they are on Facebook. You can find a couple of them.
All right.
Yeah. I have a baby face.
Listen, you're a dude. I'm not going to be the creepy guy scrolling back on another guy's Facebook page. If you want to send it to me, okay. But I am not accidentally liking a picture of yours from like 3 years ago, and then you get an alert like, what the fuck is Nick doing?
No, this is a long freaking time ago. Oh my gosh, it was so weird. Well, we don't need to get into this whole history, but there was one point it wasn't coming in at all. So I'm like, I got to shave this. So for a bit, I had a mustache and soul patch combination. Oh my god! I look back on that and I'm like, "What the hell was I doing? I should have been wearing a mask then before COVID."
Early 2000s, late 90s. That was a look. The soul patch thing was a look.
Yeah, I looked like a lesser rogue version of V from Vendetta. Oh my gosh, it was so bad.
All right. Before we go any further, anybody who is having a beverage, cheers to the Jets and a great weekend.
Just doing cherry Coke. I don't need any more booze right now. I got to keep myself awake.
That's fine. We all have our limits.
I never buy soda anymore, but I knew for this weekend I would need a little bit of a pick-me-up. So
that's fine. I just had the coffee right before we went live, so that's why I was drinking a little bit of water. I don't want to put beer right on top of coffee. I had to put some water in me, hydrate a little bit, cool the temperature of the internal stomach down, and now I could splash 20 beers in there, no problem. Jeremy.
Yes.
Number 10 pick.
Welcome back.
New York Jets are on the clock.
Yeah.
I know who we wanted. Tell me your thoughts pre-announcement and post-announcement of the Jets drafting wide receiver Garrett Wilson from Ohio State.
My thoughts pre-announcement?
As they're on the clock, what are you thinking? As the pick is in, as the Jets are on the clock.
When
you saw the pick is in, because when the pick is in, tells us there's no Debo, there's no trade.
Right. When they're on the clock, I'm thinking it's Karlaftis or JJ, probably JJ. I'm thinking because I think they're thinking there's a better chance of getting a decent wide receiver in the second round with picks 35 or 38. So I'm thinking that edge, they're not going to be sure. And we might not get anybody. So I'm thinking they're going to get JJ or they're going to get Karlaftis. And then part of me is thinking they might go wide receiver and go for Boye Mafe or something like that. If they went wide receiver, everybody knows my number 1 was Jameson Williams, but my number 2 was Garrett Wilson, not Drake London. Drake London was my number 3. So
it was great that London went 8, right?
Yeah. So when they made the pick, and I was surprised. Not so much that they went Wilson over Jameson Williams. That didn't shock me. I knew that was a strong possibility if they went wide receiver. But I was worried about edge. That was the whole thing. I was like, and I was just sitting there thinking, we added 2 amazing players. I have no question about it. But I was concerned. I was like, when are we ever going to get an edge? We need an edge. So that's what I was thinking at that point, before the announcement. And then when they announced it, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, it's one of the wide receivers I'm happy about. I would have been very upset if it was Burks or some kind of, craziness like that. Like that was not.
Who went sooner than expected, right? I think he went 18 or 19.
Yeah, no, he did. But I wasn't. Well, they all did because there was this crazy run on wide receiver, which is why JD.
Everybody wanted to get theirs before New England and Green Bay went at 21.
And Kansas City. Yeah, can't forget Kansas
City. Because of the price, because of how much they cost now. So I realized JD is brilliant. He was brilliant to do it at that time. But I didn't want Olave. I mean, not that I don't like Olave, I just didn't want him at 10. At 10, to me,
he's a great fit in New Orleans. That's a great fit.
He better be. I mean, we all thought they were great.
If Michael Thomas comes back and you're putting Olave next to Thomas, you have 2 pristine route runners. Don't forget Jameis Winston. They were 5-2 with Jameis Winston as the starter last year before he got hurt. I know they lost Armstead. They brought in Trevor Penning. I mean, we can discuss the other teams later. Let's go through the Jets draft first.
Okay.
So for me with Wilson, I was very relieved when Drake London was taken first because I did not want London either. He did not have the separation or the speed that I feel like you need in this offense. So for me, I just didn't think they were going to go Jameson Williams as much as I wanted him because I feel they were emphasizing early production. I think they know they need to win games now. They need to start, at the very least, being very competitive early on because they know they can't have another 4, 5, 6 win season. It's just not going to be tolerated anymore. So, I think Wilson. I think of Jameson Williams. I do wonder if Williams had never gotten hurt, would he have been taken first, and then would we have had our choice of Drake London or Garrett Wilson, and then what would we have done?
I don't think there's any way in the world that a healthy Jameson. I think Jameson Williams healthy could have been the pick at 4. That's how I think he will have a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, OBJ type of impact as a rookie. That's how highly I think he could still have it. Because don't forget, you're adding him next to St. Brown, who had 90 catches and exploded on the scene last year.
He was like 4th round. Oh my god, he worked out super well.
And then Detroit, even with the ACL injury, traded up to 12 to get him. So once he got past us, I think they were like, we got to go. We got to go. If the Jets didn't take him, they were on the prone at 11, and then I think they moved up to 12 with Minnesota. And which is crazy that Minnesota made that pick with the division rival to give them a stud. You don't normally see that, right? So when the Jets are on the clock at 10, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, this is got to be a wide receiver. You had Wilson, you had Williams. I thought Jermaine was a possibility, but I'm very, very happy with what we got because, and I could spin it this way. He'll be ready day one. He'll be in the mini camps with Wilson. He'll be in training camp with Wilson. Timing is everything. This system now with Moore and Wilson running routes is really scary. It's really scary. We're not going to be a 5,000-yard passing team, but with the running game, with the offensive line, with some play action, with an athletic quarterback who can get out of the pocket, we could really expose some good matchups that favor the Jets. We haven't said that in a while, right? Decker and Marshall we had for that 1 year. We caught lightning in a bottle. Before that, you got to go back to Coles, Crabette, and Moss. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we had Braylon and Santonio and with Jericho Cotry. That was a good tandem too. But we were a run-first team there. But we were opportunistic in the passing game.
And I guess just to finish what I was saying, when they made the pick, he said Will Anderson or nothing.
I saw.
Yeah, so that's we know.
Let me catch up on this real quick. Brady says Chargers in the 7-2. I really wanted him.
We just signed a defensive back from Vanderbilt.
What I say? Let me just ask you, Matthew. What I say? Trying to be different.
I'm just assuming sarcasm on that one.
Is this J. Cole with a Matthew Smith account, like an imposter?
No.
I'm kidding.
There would be a lot.
I don't know what I said that made that comment. Hi, Mrs. Kravitz.
Hey there.
Thank you for letting Jeremy hang out with me. With us.
She even brought me a beer.
Wow, what a wife! You really married above your level, man. Good for you. I heard her laugh in the background.
Nick, I wish I could say, based off what you've told us, we wish we could say the same for you.
Very well done. I married well. It was me that was the issue at the time.
Oh, I see.
I will admit that. In hindsight, I will say that I married well. Good woman. It was me that was the problem. So,
yeah, it's clearly.
Now you want to turn this into a therapy session, you son of a bitch. Look at the can of worms you opened up unexpectedly.
I'm just an old country boy from Texas, but what are you thinking, boy? So, I do like the little Dr. Phil once in a great while, but it's got my voice isn't where it normally is.
That's fine.
But it comes.
That's fine.
That was, I guess, after the Wilson pick was made, I said, okay, to me, this is about the best all-around wide receiver that there is in the draft. Good. I'm happy with it. But I wasn't judging the edge thing yet because I knew we had that draft capital. We had 35, 38 plus more picks. I said, if there's somebody they want, they will get him. It may not be until 35. Maybe they're good with a Boyd Mafe, with a Nick Benito or Eddie or somebody like that. Yeah, I didn't think Ojabo was a fit. I always saw him as more of a 3-4 outside linebacker. Plus, once the injury happened, I was like, I wanted no part of him.
Thanks, buddy.
So, all the best to him. But, I was really not concerned. It's like we were excited. This was the feel at AJ Gators when we were having the party. It's like we were all excited, but in the back of our minds, it was like, are we putting all our eggs in the basket of Carl Lawson coming back 100% from the Achilles? Are we ready to do that? And is this why we were signing so many defensive linemen over the last couple of months? We have like 10, 11 defensive linemen on this team right now. So, when they but we were talking like Johnson. We weren't even thinking Karlaftis. For us, it was Jermaine Johnson all the way. And, so we'll get to that pick. We can get to that pick next. But, we were very hopeful. I think we were more optimistic than most of what I saw on social media and in the on the live streams. So,
I was with the kids. So I was popping onto the IOW Sports Network. They were doing a live reaction show. I was jumping in there when I could. I couldn't really hear the Jets 24/7 stream with the kids, with the TV on, and how much we were having fun. So let's recap the day, right? Let's recap Thursday night. We pick Sauce at 4. We pick Wilson at 10. Some of us think we're done. If you look at the draft I did the other day in IOW, I did a full round 1 mock, and I had the Jets trading up to 26. I nailed it. But in my scenario, I had Hutchinson falling to 4, so we didn't need an edge at 26. I had us trading up for Nakobe Dean, who dropped like an anchor in the water. But I had the edge. I had the receiver. I just picked Nakobe Dean at 26. But I said in the show, if a player the Jets covet, I could see the Titans at 26 being the team that we move up with. I think it's a perfect spot. It's not too far of a jump. Joe can give up a little bit, not too much, and we'd still keep one of our other 2s if they really covet somebody. Pick 26 comes, and then you hear the Jets are on the clock. And obviously we drafted the edge, Jermaine Johnson. So Adam, I'll throw it to you first. What's your thoughts as the pick is in, or the Jets make the trade? What's your thoughts at the bar? What's going through your mind, and then who are the targets? Because Linderbaum just went right before, right?
Yep.
So we know it's not Linderbaum. Us being us, we think Dean could be an option, right? But with Karlaftis there, Jermaine Johnson there, Dean there, the safeties like Seen and everyone are still there aside from Hamilton. What's your thoughts? Tell me and then take me through your thought process up until the pick is made.
So at this point in the night, we had some people who were taking off. Some people had to work the next day or whatever. And I think there were maybe 10 to 15 of us left in the bar at this point. I compare it to how I felt last year because I was the first one. You have to think of the layout of AJ game. So we are all facing like straight ahead. We have one small TV to the left. Go ahead.
You're getting echoey again.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
I don't even know why this happens. It's going to be about 10 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead. That's good that you stuck it out, that you hung out at the bar. Did you hang out?
No, just got to call you. I don't know why.
Did you hang out just to hang out, or were you hanging out because you had a feeling the Jets weren't done?
Okay. If I have to switch back to the regular camera, I'll just do that. So I'm just gonna switch back. Give me a second here.
Okay. Do your thing, man. I think Braden is updating us on who we took undrafted free agents, Thomas and Savion Williams.
Is there still an echo?
Yeah, there is.
So I don't even know why this would be. It doesn't make any sense.
And now it went away.
And now it went away. I can't figure this out.
Hold on.
And now it's back.
Hello. All right. I'm good. My echo's coming off of your echo.
And all right. So what do we do about that?
I don't know.
Echo cancellation. Okay. How does this sound? All right. Let's try this. I don't want to adjust the mic.
Jeremy, Adam, I'm going to throw you on mute for a second. Let you handle that. You want to try maybe reboot the computer and come back in? Maybe a reset will fix it?
All right, I'll do a reset.
No, you're good. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
He got good just as he said it. You can still hear us. Come back.
It's so frustrating. He might need to get headphones or something or get a microphone. I mean, we got to figure it out.
So if you look at Braden's comment here, we got a linebacker, Thomas, and a D tackle, Savion Williams. Any word on Williams' size? Is he a big run stuffer? Is he like a 340 guy?
He's a guy that I think was Division II. He came in like the fourth game of the season. And just dominated. He was like tons of tackles for losses. He was amazing at that level. And he won like second team, like All-American, whatever, for that conference. So, it's like it wasn't against the same kind of competition. As far as his size, let me look that up really quickly. Whoa.
All right, well, you're looking that up, Adam?
Yep.
Mic check? Good. All right, go ahead. Continue. Now, I threw this question at you.
Right. Yeah, let's see how long this
is. At the bar just to hang out, or did you stay at the bar because you didn't want to leave and you thought the Jets were going to do something?
I just had a feeling something might happen. I felt it was going to be an unpredictable first round. Yeah, and as we saw that, I mean, there were no trades for 10 picks, and then it seemed like every pick was traded. It felt like for the next, half the next 20 picks were traded, it felt like. So, I don't know. I just felt like I had to stay around a little bit longer. Okay. Plus, like I said, the well drinks at the bar that night were $2.50. I want another whiskey and Coke. What can I say?
That's what your text meant. I thought you meant you were 2.5 well drinks in when you were like 2.5. And I'm like, oh, all right. He's feeling good after 2.5 drinks. I didn't know they were $2.50. So
they were $2.50, and so were the domestic bottles. So it was we had some good specials, but. Yeah, I remember how I felt last year because the way that the setup at AJ Gators is, we have like a bunch of tables, But in our little corner, you have one TV to the left, one big one right in front of you, and then a smaller one to the right.
Okay.
But the way that my chair was positioned, I was the only one facing the TV to the right. The TV on the right last year was on ESPN. The other two were on NFL Network. And for whatever reason, ESPN broke the trade that we were moving up from 23 to 14 just a little bit sooner. So I was the first one to see it. And I literally jumped up screaming. Like think like O'Leary at his highest volume, and like when he gets really excited, his voice goes up like a couple of octaves. Right, that was me, because I knew it was for AVT. There was nobody else that it was going to be for. Now this time I wasn't the first one to notice it, but when I saw it, I said it has to be a pass rusher. There is no way that this is for a linebacker. There is no way this is for a safety. If we are trading up 9 spots, because we knew right away, we could see the next like 10 to 15 picks. 38 was still there, but we knew we had traded 35. I said, if we have gone up like this, it is for a premium position. It cannot be anything but edge rusher. And I just felt it was going to be Jermaine Johnson. We were all pretty sure it was Jermaine. So to me, there was no doubt, really, that it was edge rusher. And if it had been Karlaftis, I would have been okay with it, but it would have shocked me if they had taken George Karlaftis in that spot. So once we knew it was Johnson, there were fist pumps, there were hugs, there was celebrating. We were overjoyed. We were people in their 50s were saying, this is the best draft I've ever seen as a Jets fan. These are people who have been watching the Jets 40 years. Yeah. That's how excited they are.
In my life, it's 2000 with Ellis, Abraham, Pennington, and Becht, and then Lavernius Coles in the 3rd round.
Yep.
And it's
06.
It's DeBrickashaw and Nick. Those are the 2 drafts and then you can add David Harris and Revis in there too.
Yep, that's true.
But those are the 3 drafts where you're looking at marquee, good, long tenured Jets, right? Multiple.
I got info for you. Savion Williams, 6'4", 290. Here's a report that was a national recruiting analyst wrote about him in 2018. Now, he was a second chancer. He did something that screwed up his life a little bit.
Okay.
So that's why it took him so long to make it to the NFL. He had to make like a comeback.
Yep.
Okay. He was projected at that time in 2018 when he was 19 as a second to third round day 2 projection. His comparison was Nedegamus Kang Su, you know that guy. This is what
Dominic Sue? Is that what you tried to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Massive defensive tackle with all the physical tools to be an immediate impact player. That was for college, for Division I.
Okay.
Big, strong, and physical player with an NFL body right now. Moves around the line, but projects as an interior space eater who can take on double team and still get a push up the field. Shows violent hands and can beat an opposing lineman right off the snap with a quick first step and a bull rush right into the quarterback. Shows good closing speed and has the ability to chase down a quarterback in the pocket. Could play on the edge as well as in a 3-4 scheme. Could see him lining up out wide and is athletic enough to beat tackle and also contain the edge. Tremendous upside and projects as an impact upper tier Power 5 starter and potential high round NFL draft pick.
And this was who again? I didn't hear the beginning of it.
That was Savion Williams in
6'4",
2018.
290. His picture looks just like a nasty temperament. Like he looks big, broad-shouldered, big, thick neck.
By the way, just on a side note, you mentioned the 2000 draft with Nick and Brick. You know who else was in that draft? It's easy to forget about this, but it was Nick.
Kotchery, 4th round, Kotchery?
No, Kotchery was already there. Also in that draft was I'm not the biggest Eric Smith fan because of the Victor Cruz touchdown. I'm still not over it, but he was an excellent special teams player. But you also had Brad Smith and Leon Washington in that draft too.
Yes. Yeah.
That's even more impressive, to be honest. I mean,
2 of our best special teamers of all time.
That may have been the best special teams draft in history.
One of the best moments of Brad Smith was the Thanksgiving night game against Cincinnati, where he returned the kickoff and lost a shoe at midfield.
The shoe, right?
Yeah.
I think it's really that the Pittsburgh, the game against Pittsburgh, the opening kick when he took it back.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys know the story, but I was actually at both playoff games in Indianapolis.
Nice.
Yeah, because I was living in Chicago at the time. It was about a 4-hour drive from Chicago to Indianapolis. Well, the west suburbs of Chicago to Indianapolis, plus crossing over a time zone. But yeah, but watching, I still remember when he threw that touchdown pass, and we could all see him coming. It's like he's finally going to throw. He's finally going to throw because he had never really thrown up to that point. He was always running. But I still remember they were waiting for just the right time for the option pass, and they hit it, and it worked perfectly. So Savion. Okay. Have we seen? One guy I haven't seen sign anywhere is Justin Ross, the wide receiver. Has anybody seen Justin Ross sign? I feel like just about every other guy I've been looking at has signed. C.J. Brewer, defensive tackle from Coastal Carolina. Donovan West was interested. The Jets were in on Donovan West, but he chose to go to the 49ers for more money. So they were looking at him.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm worried about Justin Ross. I really thought he was going to go in like 4th round at the worst.
Yeah. Was he undrafted?
Yeah, I'm positive he was. Yeah, I think so, and I have not seen any news about him.
Okay. All right. So as Jermaine, the pick comes up for Jermaine.
Not picked.
I'm saying it's got to be edge. Like at that point with wide receiver, cornerback taken, I'm like it's either Karlaftis or it's Jermaine Johnson. It's one or the other. And here we go. We're gonna bring in Ray. You got your wish. We're gonna add our buddy CJ to the stream. CJ, what's up, man?
Hold on, everybody.
Well, CJ, before I throw it to you, we're going over the draft review. Let me finish my thoughts on Jermaine Johnson, and I'm going to throw a question at you that someone had in the chat, and we're all going to sit back and love and appreciate you being you. All right? CJ, can you hear me? You good? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? All right. We'll let him work on that.
Fucking display just died.
Oh,
I can hear him now.
Yeah, I heard him cursing. I heard
CJ, all right, yeah.
CJ, say something.
What's going on, guys?
All right, you're good.
You're
You're welcome.
Good to see you.
Fucking
We heard nothing, and then I heard fucking. I'm like, oh, he's back.
What's going on, Rusty?
So,
Yep.
all right. So,
I'm
Jermaine, we trade up at 26. And were you able to hear me before?
No, not at all. I couldn't hear anybody.
So we're going over the draft review. We're up to Jermaine Johnson at 3. There's a question for you in the chat from one of my buddies. I'm going to finish giving my take on what happened, my thought process when we took Jermaine, and then I'm going to throw the question to you. And we're all going to back off and love and appreciate you being you when you get the question. All right, brother? No going back in the chat because I want your fresh, raw take. I don't want you going back and looking for the question, all right? So we trade up to 26. My son was starting to fall asleep. He comes running out saying, I got an alert. The Jets are on the clock. Me and my daughter are sitting there, and I'm like, it's got to be Jermaine. I'm like, it's got to be JJ. There was talks about him going at 4. And when we hit it, I love the Gardner pick more with the pairing of the edge we debated at 4. So now that you're bringing in the edge and you're bringing in the cornerback, I think the 2 picks together are fantastic. I didn't like Gardner at 4 just as the corner, but as I said for the last couple of weeks, I'll trust in Joe. I'll trust in what they think, and if that's the pick that they go with, I'm okay with it because we're getting an elite player. It wasn't the player I would have took there. I would have took Thibodeau. Everyone knows I would have took Thibodeau. 100%. I would have drafted Kayvon Thibodeau and just said, we're going to bring that elite first step. Monday signed. Who did Smoke Monday sign with?
I want to say New Orleans, but I'll double check.
All right. Oh, no. I thought you meant us. When you said
No.
Monday signed, I thought it was like a done.
I would have said it.
Okay. Okay.
If that had happened. Yeah.
Okay.
He
Brady
signed with
saying
the
what's up to
Saints. No,
CJ.
it was New Orleans. Yeah.
Okay. Did
a lot of
you
safeties
Jeremy
out there.
and Adam? You both gave your takes on Jermaine, right?
Yeah, we did.
Jeremy, good.
Jeremy.
He muted himself.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, it's all good.
You podcasting rookie.
I'm not over tonight, apparently. I feel better now.
Okay. All right, CJ. My buddy Ray came over last night. He watched our show the other night. He referenced you probably 10 to 15 times last night watching round 2 and 3 here with me. And he asked earlier in the chat, where's your buddy CJ who went ballistic over Sauce Gardner at 4? So CJ, I give the floor to you.
Yeah, I was 100% pissed when they drafted Sauce Gardner, because look, if you're going to take Sauce at 10, I got no problem. At 4, no, I had an issue. And the reason being is because we still had pass rushers on the board. It's not as if pass rushers would have went 1, 2, and 3, if Tibbs would have been gone, Hutchinson would have been gone, Trayvon Martin would have been gone, or whatever, 1, 2, and 3, and you're shitting your pants that JJ may not make it past 4, then yeah, you needed to take a pass rusher. I just thought that Joe Douglas took a tremendous fucking gamble in taking Sauce Gardner. But a lot of people texted me right after the pick, and they were like, dude, they're like, we drafted the best corner in the draft. Trust JD. I'm telling you, I was fucking pissed. Because now, with the number 10 pick, there was still talks that we were in trade. There was still shit going on that Debo was coming to the Jets was still in play. So you lost your flexibility with the 10 pick. So now at that point, I'm going, okay, fuck. We drafted a corner. We don't have a fucking pass rusher. Now what are we going to do with wide receivers? Now, once you saw fucking Drake London get picked, all right, now all the wide receiver dominoes are starting to fall. And now you're like, okay, great. We're going to have another year where we're going to fucking miss out on maybe one of the top 5 wide receivers. And then I was going off on one of my buddies in the chat, okay, because he was like, oh, this is a wide receiver rich draft and this, that, and the third and whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to wait the fucking second round to draft another goddamn wide receiver, because every fucking person, save for Marcus May, all right, has and last year Elijah Moore has fucking sucked with the second round. All right, when is a second round draft pick been fucking perfect for the New York Jets? Tell me, because
Elijah
you know
Moore.
what?
Elijah Moore.
Huh? Right,
Elijah Moore.
Besides Elijah Moore, tell me, can
Elijah
you think
Moore
of
and
another
David
second round
Harris.
pick?
Right? David Harris was round 2, right? David Harris and Elijah Moore. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, but
Coles was
Elijah
3.
Moore's
Sean
wide
Green
receiver.
was 3.
David
That's
Harris.
all I got.
David Harris was a linebacker, all right?
Uh-huh.
Do we really want another fucking second round wide receiver, right? A couple of years ago, we drafted fucking Denzel Mims. Mims can't even see the field. And when he sees the field, he's a walking fucking penalty. And then he's hurt. Then he doesn't know the playbook. Then he's sleeping with somebody's mom. I mean, what the fuck? So yeah, I completely lost my shit. I completely lost my shit when we drafted Sauce Gardner. Then I felt a little bit better at 10 when we drafted Garrett Wilson. So now,
hey, let me ask all you guys this: what does this question mean? What's your RPM? Am I missing like a?
What's your RPM?
What's your
What's RPM mean? Forward, if you're still in the chat, I'm not sure what RPM means. I don't know if it's lingo I'm not involved in. Real quick, CJ, sorry to cut you off there.
Don't bring
Matthias is here. Wait till you see Jermaine Johnson. Absolutely. This draft was beautiful. Yeah, Matthias, we're going through pick by pick right now, giving our thoughts. CJ just joined us, so we're kind of letting him catch up where we are. Don't be eager with something you have no control of. Remember to invest your emotion properly. Yeah, you've never heard CJ. You've never heard CJ, brother. Buckle up. You're gonna have a fun ride. Gitmo Bob bringing the energy down and mentioning Hackenberg.
Yeah, Hackenberg was a stud.
You mentioned
that was fucking Bryce Petty.
Hold on.
Another guy. Oh my God, I would have hit.
Here's the second rounds that have passed us.
God,
Adam, you're muted. Adam, I got you.
I was just letting CJ go. Yeah, you know what our definition of a second round stud is? Victor Hobson and Lamont Jordan. For us, that's hitting on a second round draft pick. Okay.
Jordan was a nice player with Curtis.
He's a nice player, and then
Lamont Jordan was a very, very good pairing with Curtis.
I like
exactly who Curtis needed.
You know, he didn't last as long as we were hoping.
Jeremy, read the screen.
Yeah, I know it, but I can't. He's not blocked for me either, man. It won't work. I don't know why we can't see each other.
Huh. All right, we'll have to figure that out.
Freaking ridiculous. I have to call YouTube or something. Figure it out. I subscribe to him. He has no videos. I subscribe to Rusty Spoder.
Forward on the on. That's awesome, man.
CJ, fast forward.
Matthias, the Jets bring the pain. CJ just expresses it.
Yeah. He needs the painkillers to deal with this team. That's why that's his name. So give me your thoughts with CJ. Give me they go together great. Save money on alcohol. Just pop a painkiller. Cut your alcohol tolerance down in half. So give me your thoughts when we did pick Jermaine, when we traded up, because that's where we're at now in the draft review.
I was happy. I was happy because you know what? I had gotten a couple of text messages that there were rumblings that the Jets were trying to get back into the first round. So now, once they did, and they drafted Jermaine Johnson, we were all holding our breath with every fucking pick that went by, and we were like, God damn it! They're like, we're gonna be lucky if we get fucking Karlaftis in the second round, right? So, and then I'm like, okay, we finally get JJ, and I was just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to bed now. Now I'm happy with the draft. Now I don't mind Sauce Gardner being taken with 4 because we
you're the
addressed
same
our
boat
3
as me.
biggest.
You're the same boat as me. That was my thought. I didn't like Gardner by himself, but when we traded up and got Jermaine, a guy we debated it for, I was like, the combination of the two shot me through the roof. And it wasn't that I didn't like Gardner. It's just I thought we needed an elite edge. What happened, Adam?
Nothing.
Met related or Met related?
Met related. So you don't give
all right. It's the same reaction for both. That's why I had to ask. So, CJ, I'm with you 100%. Once the combination happened, and I'm like, now we're cooking with gas. You got the edge rusher you were talking about or rumored to be taking in the top 10. And the excitement of Joe Douglas and Robert Salah when Douglas hangs up the phone and says, we're on the fucking clock. We're on the fucking clock. That tells me everything that I need to know and we need to know as fans about what they thought about Jermaine, how he was legit an option. And when Joe did the press conference, it said, we got 3 of our top 8 players on the board. When the hell do you see that? You do not see that. That, for a team that is scouted well and drafted well last year, and it looks like they did even better this year, that's remarkable. That's really remarkable. And this is the reason why.
This is the reason why I had started to get not to interrupt you there, Nicky. I want you to finish.
Go. That's why I brought you in. I want your opinions. So, I want your opinions, brother. That's why I brought you in.
The one thing again, once the Jets traded back into the first round and they got JJ, that's when I can't speak for anybody else, and I won't speak for anybody else. I was breathing a collective sigh of relief because now we got the pass rusher, we got a good corner, and we also got a wide receiver. So to me, I thought the corner was bonus because I figured we went and we signed a corner in free agency. What do we need a corner in the draft for? But when you go and take a look at everything related to Sauce Gardner, it's hard, not to. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm happy. I was happy with the draft. I didn't give a shit who they drafted for the rest of the fucking draft, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, they could have gotten some bum from Kalamazoo, Michigan University, some fucking Division IV school that nobody ever heard of. All right? And I would have been happy because the top 3 needs that the Jets needed going into this draft, Joe Douglas, he threw his weight around. He fucking flexed his muscles, and he put the rest of the NFL on notice that, you know what? When the hell have you ever listened to ESPN New York and not one single disc jockey, not one single sports reporter on that had anything negative to say about either the Jets or the Giants coming out of this year's draft? I mean, fuck the Giants. Who gives a shit about the Giants? But you know that somebody's going to fucking complain about something. There's someone out there that's going to have a fucking issue with something the New York Jets did. And you know what? At least for the past 48 hours, I have not seen not one little bit of negative press regarding the New York Jets.
When do you ever see the national media? Listen, we've been the 3-legged dog with one eye, and the one eye that he has is blind, and we're an easy target.
Yep.
And we've been picked on, we've been kicked, we've been neglected, we've been a laughing stock. When has anybody, going back to Bill Parcells is the only time that you can say, when have we not, even when we had Rex was a character and we were still being laughed at going to AFC championships. You're seeing respect in the front office and on the sideline, and you're starting to see respect put on the New York Jets name. They're not a laughingstock anymore. They got a great guy making decisions. They have a fantastic leader on the sideline. We have a team that players want to come and play for. The greatest thing that I love until the wins hit, which I'll love more, I love watching the Joe Douglas, Robert Salah call the guys, tell them they're coming in. You're a part of our culture. You're going to help us change this thing. The positivity, the pride. I'm going to plug the channel. Proud New York Jets fans. I labeled this 2 years ago. This May will be 3 years. We knew it was coming. Jimmy Jardine and I knew that this was going to come. This day was going to get here. We were laughed at for making the name. We were laughed at for having that. People on Twitter see it, and then they laugh about it. But you're starting to see it come to fruition. There is going to be a huge sense of pride with being a Jet fan because we know we got a guy making the decisions. We know we're not going into cap hell. We know we're going to take good, talented players. We know we're going to take good characters. We know that this is going to be a team we can be proud of on and off the field. Joe Douglas and Robert Salah don't have to worry about guys that they've drafted getting arrested or being with a gun or driving 130 miles an hour with an 11-year-old kid in the back like Sheldon Richardson did with a gun under the seat in the car. We don't have to worry about that shit because we're bringing in good quality people on top of good quality players. Now, Sauce Gardner, Deion Sanders 2.0. That's what I see with this kid. I'm fine with it because he backs up his play. And he's about self-promotion, not self-sabotage. So I'm okay with him being bold and brash. I actually like it. I think that's something that we've missed. And when he makes a big play or Jermaine makes a big play, celebrate that shit, man. You've worked your whole life to get here. I'm fine with that. I know people have an issue with players who are looking to expand their brand. Times have changed. College kids now with the NIL are making money in college. So they're going to come into the NFL knowing how to promote their brand already because they've been allowed to do it in the college level now. Let me catch up in the chat real quick, and then we will move on to day 2. Brees Hall, wait for the play action of it. Well, we're going to get there right now. That's where we're going next. All right. Forward onto Yorn has a question. That's the first part of it. I think he hit enter by accident, which I've done plenty of times with my large fat fingers. What would you do differently if given the chance? Now, is this a Jet question or just a generic question?
I think our entire lives, what would we do differently? We wouldn't be Jets fans.
Oh man,
No.
That's pretty deep.
oh man.
Got to my life. Shit, you got about 4
I
or
don't
5
have enough
hours.
data. I don't have enough data on my monthly Wi-Fi with my cable company to even address this. They would be here on Wednesday and be like, you have been streaming for 5 straight days. What the fuck? And I'd be like, I got to ask a personal question. Matthew says when we traded, so we only give up the value of 150. Rusty says getting Leo.
Maybe that must be the answer to what would you do differently.
Yeah, or to test the waters, like.
But we'll see if Chanel is big enough. I mean, like we said, he was really a blitzer. Maybe Kansas City using him as an edge rusher. Maybe that's the only way that they see him succeeding in the NFL.
Nick Shine gives a shit about the Giants. I don't give a shit about the Giants, but they can only help us, Matt. We play them once every 4 years. Whenever they play the AFC, I want them to win. It can only domino effect help us. There's no reason to hate them. When the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, it's the second greatest win in Jets history. I will stand on that mountain forever because we got to deal with the Dolphins fans being undefeated. If we have to deal with the Patriots fans being undefeated too, with a quarter of the home games that we go to, I would have done a swan dive off the upper deck. I'm very happy that the Giants won that game against them. Gitmo Bob checking in. Hope you're feeling well, buddy. From all of us to you, hope everything's going well and you're right on track. Could it be that Salah's adjusting his defense philosophy for greatly improving the secondary? Also, second-round running back is out of character. I think
unless they feel that the second-round running back is a playmaker. Unless they feel that strongly that this guy paired with Michael Carter in the backfield, all right, and either bringing back Tevin Coleman or finally giving LaMichael Piron some fucking carries or whatever, that the Jets' backfield is going to be so fucking explosive this upcoming that no
you
one's
make this pick, and the
So-
only reason you make this pick is because you had 4 early. If you have a 1-1 and 1-2, running back's not an option. But when you have masterfully worked trades to take massive negatives like Jamal Adams and Sam Darnold, and you turn those negatives into massive positives for this team, it's a luxury pick to take the running back with your 4th pick. Because normally you wouldn't take one to round 4. But having 4 in the top 35, 36, I think it ended up being.
38, yeah.
Well, we traded up 2 spots with the Giants,
Yeah, we
so it
traded
ended up
up.
being a 36. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think there was any kind of adjustment. I think
you're
that
echoing again.
I know.
You're echoing
Damn
again.
it.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news.
I know.
I'm going to mute you while you work on it, okay? Because it's kicking back into me. When you look at having 4 early and you go number 1 corner, number 1 wide receiver, edge, now you have the luxury of taking a guy with the work that we've done on the O-line. Everybody is saying nationally that this kid's going to be a star from day one. Knowing how we run the ball, knowing our commitment to the run, knowing our run blocking scheme, knowing his patience, one-cut vision, and then he can hit a home run from anywhere on the field at any time. It is a very, very good value because you're getting the number 1 running back with your 4th overall pick. When the hell has anyone ever been able to say that? You can't. So Joe Douglas being Joe Douglas put us in a position to trade up, to nail this pick, to complete the offense, to make life easier for Zach Wilson. When you look at our tight ends, all 3 can block. We'll get to Ruckert after this pick. But Jeremy, give me your thoughts about Breece Hall, the addition to the team, what it does for the offense, everything. Cover it all, buddy. Go ahead. Throwing it to you.
Well, it's his ceiling, and I thought Michael Carter has a high ceiling. It's not like I don't think he has a high ceiling. His size and his, already getting injured and everything had me a little concerned. But when it comes to Breece Hall, there's a possibility of and I'm not predicting this. You can't predict this kind of thing. It's like it just somehow happens and works out. But there's this potential that he could be a Sean McCoy, a Curtis Martin. Like he can hit. He potentially could be that level of running back. Like he might be a game-changing. Even though you like to have a committee, you have no choice. He becomes the bell cow because you can't not have him on the field. Kind of running back. Now I'm not saying he's going to be that. I'm saying he has the potential to be that. He might be that. He is the number one running back, I think. I mean, because sometimes you can have a guy in the 5th round end up being the best. But I think he's the number one talent coming out of college football this year. Like, I think he is the elite guy. So was it the positional need? Was it what I thought we were going to do? No. Do I understand what that can mean for our team? Yes. If he is a superstar, which he has the ceiling to be, it's why it'll be why, and we'll understand later on in the future why JD made the move. If it comes to pass, if he becomes a guy who rushes for 15, 16, crazy numbers, 1,600 yards, big plays, crazy out of the backfield, if he's like a superstar, if he becomes like a Jonathan Tyler is for the Colts, we're going to understand why you did it. Because if that happens, there's no such thing as too high to pick a guy if that's what they become. So it makes me think that maybe they think he has that potential and they're believing that he's going to do that, which is kind of exciting. We're just going to have to see if it happens.
Adam?
So I really never made it much of a secret that I wanted no part of a running back in round 2. And when I saw
we're on the same page. You and I were in sync with that for a very, very long time.
When I saw that they had traded up just a couple of spots, I thought, oh, okay. My hope was a linebacker because I thought there were plenty of good linebackers available. I was hoping for safety because I was very steadfast that we needed a free safety. I wasn't really looking at tight end yet or anything like that, and I definitely wasn't expecting defensive tackle. I did not think they would do this. Now, they absolutely gambled on upside, no doubt about it. But I watched Breece Hall clips, highlights, things like that, and this is not during the draft. This is weeks ago. I did not see a special running back. I saw my 2 favorite things about him, 2 best things I saw. He's got good footwork. His feet are very, very quick, and he's very patient. To me, it was like Levy. I saw one comparison to Alvin Kamara, and in no way, shape, or form did I see that. I saw
starting to echo again. I know. I'm sorry. Man. I'm trying to tell you because it gets worse as it goes. So as soon as I start to hear it,
Jesus.
So as soon as
you can put on
worse.
Guys, I'm done. I quit. Fuck it.
All right, CJ.
So maybe the headset might be able to cut down on the echo. I don't know. I'm just trying to spitball some shit here.
I thought maybe if we all mute, like then he won't get the kickback. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure.
So he's probably going to log out and log back in.
Yeah, he froze.
That's what it looks like.
Rusty says, but even though not getting Leo, I've called my Jets and trust in JD and Coach Law, and exactly that too, Nick, not getting into cap hell. Yeah, we got guys running it, and they're running it the right way. So it's a good time to be a Jet fan, man. CJ, tell me your thoughts on Hall.
From everything I've read about him, he sounds like a really good running back. He sounds like a playmaker. And again, I think the reason why they got him is because they feel like that he's going to be able to, along with Michael Carter, be able to make the Jets' backfield even more dangerous. I mean, but the Jets' backfield could be as dangerous as much as they want. If the offensive line can't fucking block, can't keep Zach Wilson upright, and he can't get the ball to his skill position players, then, you know, you could draft fucking Barry Sanders back there, and he's going to have trouble getting getting
Well,
yards.
that's the only
So,
guy in history that wouldn't have trouble with no holes, right? like
right. Well,
that's the only guy in the history of the
everybody
NFL who's like,
else-
oh, we're not going to block. I can make this work.
Right, exactly. But here's the thing. Barry running backs like Barry Sanders maybe come along once or twice in a lifetime. Everybody will say, "Oh, well, Emmitt Smith," and they're going to bring up Walter Payton. I'm like, no. Barry Sanders is one of a kind, just like Walter Payton is one of a kind, just like Emmitt Smith is one of a kind, just like Curtis Martin is one of a kind, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So as far as I'm concerned, it's Jesus. I mean, fucking. If they drafted this guy, his film, the tape, the scouting report probably said something to Joe Douglas and Michael Floor that we need to get this guy on board because he could not only help us, but our offense could be something special. So let's do it.
I like the move, and I only like the move because we had 4 picks so early. Okay.
Right.
Matthias says, here comes the play action. When you can establish the run, and Michael Carter had a very good rookie year. I don't see Michael Carter being the workhorse. I don't see Michael Carter having games of over 20 carries. I think Michael Carter will be at his best being the change of pace back, being the number 2 guy, being the third down guy, swing passes. We saw him do really well last year, and we didn't have the offensive line anywhere near what we have now. And when you look at Carter, I think he is the perfect number 2 back and might be the best number 2 back in the NFL this year because of the fact that he can do everything well. He can run, he can catch, he can gain extra yards. And all I said this year to my kids when we were watching the games, imagine how good he's going to be when he has a line and holes to run through. So you're looking at a team now with this line and these 2 backs. And you got speed in Tevin Coleman still. I think the writing's on the wall for Ty Johnson, the drops he had last year. I think that added to them wanting to get another running back. Ty did well for us for a while. But Pirine, Ty, I don't think they make the team. Like when you got Coleman, Carter.
No, I don't think they do either. I mean, Pirine, I was getting aggravated about the fact that they wouldn't use him like a Pirine. And then when they did use him, they put him in the most fucking ridiculous spots where he's in there for pass protection, where he's got to fucking block 3 guys, not 1, 3, because the whole offensive line missed their fucking assignments. So then he gets pulled off the field, and then they bring him in for another play where they hand the ball off to him, and they may as well have just handed the ball to the fucking linebacker because the defensive line blew the entire line up. And then the kid didn't sniff the field again for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So
and then it's domino effect, right?
Right.
And now we're talking domino effect. We're talking about the offensive line getting better,
but here's the thing, though,
making everybody else better.
He kept fucking banging Ty Johnson out there, and Ty Johnson play after play, dropping the ball, fumbling the ball, can't fucking complete the ball.
Drive killers.
Come on now.
Drive killers.
Fucking LaMichael Pirine, when he was at the University of Florida, was fucking Kyle Trask's bread and butter. Go and watch the fucking tape. Watch the fucking tape from that team with Kyle Pitts, Kadarius Toney, fucking Van Jefferson, and that fucking offensive line was trash. And that kid still ran for almost for over 1,000 yards, and that's the NCAA. So when he comes to the NFL, oh, he's too slow. He's too slow. He can't do this. He can't do that. Maybe if you block for the fucking guy, maybe instead of 2 yards and a 2-yard loss and a cloud of dust, maybe you got your 15, 20 fucking yards.
I agree. When you raise the level of the offensive line,
let's just continue to throw the ball to fucking Ty Johnson so we could drop it so that we fucking drive, we kill a drive. And then we say Zach Wilson sucks because nobody can fucking catch the ball. I mean, give me a fucking break. Come on now. You can't wear the skirt and the pants at the same time. Got to make up your mind. What side of the fucking fence are you on?
You're right.
Put
When
the
you
guy
raise
in
the
or
level-
not. If you're not going to put the fucking guy in, trade him for a bag of balls and a slightly used jockstrap or something. Let the kid go continue his fucking career someplace else. Free up a roster spot for somebody else you want to bring in.
I'm going to say this again. I know I said it the other day. I'm going to say it a lot. God, how I missed you. But it's a domino effect, right? When you raise the level of your offensive line, you're raising the level of your entire offense. And now you're going to see maybe somebody like P. Ryan looks great in camp, and they're like, we can't get rid of this kid. No,
Right.
now that the line is established.
He couldn't see the fucking field. What's he got to do? He's got to run for 2,000 yards in the fucking preseason. Yeah, okay, we might give you a spot. Maybe we'll bump you over to the practice squad for a couple of games, and then we'll bring you to the active roster. Give me a fucking break, please.
You're starting to echo. You're starting to echo, buddy. When you're yelling, you're echoing, and it's like it's kicking back at me. I don't know if you got something you could adjust. Give me a second. Let me catch up in the chat here.
Just so you know, the Jets signs Illinois safety Tony Adams, undrafted free agent.
I thought you were going to say Kirby Joseph, and I was like, I thought I saw him get drafted.
Tony Adams. I'll look him up, see if there's any info on him.
I agree with CJ. Fact, CJ. People agreeing with CJ and his rant. Hit your profile picture. Oh, Rusty, this is for
I'm
you.
trying to tell him how to do it, just in case he's doing it wrong. Because I
Well,
definitely
can't see your comments, so I got to put it up on
That's
screen.
what I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping you would.
I had to get caught up with it. I apologize.
Well, I found some info on Tony Adams, so that's good. Let me see if we can.
All right. So, finishing up on Brees Hall, and it was funny because if you heard the Joe Douglas press conference yesterday, he called him Bryce Hall. Did anyone catch that besides me? No. If you watch Joe Douglas and Salah's press conference, if you watch it, he said, well, when you have Quincy and Quinnen Williams, you got Brees Hall and Bryce Hall. You got Michael Carter and Michael Carter. You got Garrett Wilson and Kyle Wilson. Jesus, Zach Wilson. My God, how many? It says how many Wilsons we've drafted. It's a good football name. So when you, if I said Wade Wilson, that would have been too much. I would have cut myself off from talking anymore if I went to Wade Wilson. It was the first Wilson that popped in my former Cowboy and Viking quarterback, I believe. When you have several guys, you're going to mix names up. I do it all the time. But yeah, if anybody catches that. Or if anyone did catch that besides me, yeah, he called him Bryce Hall instead of Brees Hall in the conference. Similar first names too, so it's even easier to mix up. Rusty, did you see this comment? I don't want to move on until Rusty tells me that he saw this.
Yeah, if he does it fast enough, it'll take a few seconds, and I can read it out. Just go to in the right corner. There's a round circle picture of you. Click on that, and then you'll see an option for YouTube Studio. Go to YouTube Studio, then go to the left of your screen. And
he might not have YouTube Studio if he doesn't stream. Only people with channels usually.
No, it's automatic. If you hit on that icon, you can go to YouTube because that's where you block and unblock people. Or so if you hit that little icon, that little round thing with your picture, that's the R, the blue R. That's where you go to the left column, hit settings, and then another little thing will open up, and you'll see community. If you click on community, there's a box of block people, and there's X's to the right, and you can hit the X and unblock them. It's the only thing I have left. After that, it's the only explanation of why we don't see each other. So,
okay,
because mine is cleared. I cleared everyone out, so I'm not blocking anyone.
Rusty, keep me posted. If you need me to add that comment again, let me know.
Keep us posted. Nick
has some echo now. Okay, I think we solved that. If there's anybody in the chat, if we're echoing, let me know. Yeah, he did say Braden heard it. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now we're moving on. Oh, also, if you're in the chat, do me a favor, like the stream. If you enjoy what we're doing, like it. Sign up for notifications, and if you are new to the channel and haven't already, please subscribe. We greatly appreciate that.
Do you know it's going to be a challenge for Braden? Is that think about it. We had Bryce Hall, and now we have Brees Hall. But in New Zealand, they don't say Bryce Hall. They say Bryce Hall. And then when he says Brees
Sounds
Hall, the
identical.
running back, he's going to say Brees Hall. So it's always going to be Brees Hall for him because they don't say Bryce, they say Bryce.
Oh, Jeremy, look at the chat. Do you see that latest comment?
Yeah, that makes it that maybe that means that he was able to unblock me. But we might have.
Yeah, I didn't want to put it on screen. If you can see it, that means you're good, right?
Yeah, but I don't see him yet. Like I don't see him in the chat where I should see him. Like I see him in your chat. I can always see him in the StreamYard because it's you. But I got my YouTube running and I like running this and in the comments he's not in there still. But we might have to refresh. Like maybe it means I have to come out and come in.
You probably got to log out or not log out, close YouTube, kill the app if you're using your phone or laptop, and then re-enter. And then the updating settings, the update to the settings should refresh, and then you're good.
Let me read what Braden is saying. Hey, Jeremy, say aunt and then aunt.
Rusty is saying he could see you now, Jeremy. So you might just have to get out of YouTube and come back in. But Rusty's saying it's fixed. So that's
sweet.
Good news.
Sweet, yeah.
All right, so the Jets have a couple of signings over here, undrafted free agents.
All right,
go
ahead.
First one coming across is DeAndre Torrey, running back. And then another one a little while ago was the Jets have signed undrafted free agent Brett Borski, tight end out of Western Michigan.
Yes, I can see Rusty.
All right, good. Glad it all worked out, man.
So also looks like Alan George excited, posting a Twitter comment, excited for this next step. Thank you, New York Jets, for believing in me. This is only the beginning. Let's get to work. # take flight. Alan George, cornerback out of Vanderbilt. Like.
What a great comment. What a great comment by Braden. Americans.
Wow.
Very good, Braden. I like that. Jeremy, I think this is more directed at you. American. He goes, American.
Oh. Braden is, I have a lot of friends from Australia and New Zealand in my life because I worked in summer camps when I was in my early 20s, and they used to come over from Camp America. And for some reason, I always got along really well with got people, with people from Ireland and England and from Australia and New Zealand. I just always connected with them and got along really well. I was always their friend, showing them around America. Afterwards we'd connect and I would take them around to places in New York. And it's like right away with Braden on Green Bean's Patreon and everything. I said, as soon as I met him on video, I said, I like this guy. Like right away, I knew we'd get along.
Oh, he's been on the channel. You've chatted with him and seen him.
Well, he's on Green Bean's Patreon, so I've been on Zooms with him. It's like private Zoom calls, okay. And it's like, and right away, I knew if I ever went to New Zealand and we met up, that we would get along great and hang out. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
No question about it.
That's good stuff.
He's a cool dude.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to round 3. We had a long gap between 36 and 101. And Jeremy, I know I texted you this morning. I was dozing off on the couch last night, and I was kind of dozing off before the Jets pick, and then my son texted me, and I kind of woke up, and I heard Jeremy Ruckert get drafted. And then I'm like, all right, it's a couple minutes before midnight. I'm like, all right, let me get up and join the show. Next thing I know, it's like 2:33 in the morning. And I got up and I was like, son of a bitch. Like I was mad at myself for like dozing off. So I apologize for missing the hangout last night. I'll make it up to you.
No worries. I kind of knew you were tired. I didn't blame you. You guys, you're on the East Coast. I'm 3 hours behind. I was getting exhausted too. I had to cut it because I knew I had to get up the next morning for today's picks.
And I usually, if we're going on at 10, how many times have I joined you at 10 and be like, yeah, I just took like a 40-minute nap to make sure I can get through this. So it was unplanned. Like I thought I was good, but man, once I lay on my couch, man, I don't care. You can give me 10 coffees. If I kick my feet up on my couch, I could be sleeping in 3 minutes. Like there is no I get on this thing.
That's the way it is on the East Coast, especially the long hours that you pull.
Okay, so let's cover it. I'll go first with this one. We got one of the Jets mock season draft Jets gems, right? We've all wanted Jeremy Ruckert. We went through a list of names the other day, CJ, and it was like names of the Jets. CJ, I think I'm echoing again. I think it's off of you. I'm going to mute you for a second, see if it goes away.
Yeah.
Hello? Anyone? Am I echoing? I'm still echoing. Why am I echoing?
Well, let me try it. Muting.
Hello? Yeah, I'm good now.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeremy, it's you. Once you muted it, it went away. It's crazy.
Dude, you got to get a fucking headset.
You know, in the crazy world of the Jets fans, nothing ever goes completely right. We kill the draft. We're being praised nationally, and we've never had this many audio issues. And now when we want to talk about the Jets doing well and being praised, the internet is like, no, this can't be real. We got to shut this down.
Right, exactly. Of course not. It's
the life of a Jet fan, man.
It's a goddamn
Okay, got my headset. I got my headset now, and now I look like
that is 100 times better.
Now that I got my headset on,
you are now free to move about the country.
I'm suddenly the only way I could talk is like fucking this. So what the fuck does JD think he's doing, taking a fucking running back in the second fucking round? Maybe the truth about Sam Darnold was that he sucks all along, motherfuckers.
Now you sound like me. I like that.
Nice.
It's
the headset. It's the headset and the pressure on the brain squeezing out the chaos. So, all right, last night, like I said, we get one of the Jets' mock draft season darlings. We know he's from Long Island. We knew he grew up a Jets fan. We've all seen the kid pictures of him and at the draft with his dad. And in a really, really cool, not just Jets moment, I think a great NFL moment is Jeremy Ruckert being drafted to his childhood team that he was a fan of. We've seen it before. I think one of the players a couple years ago, one of the running backs, grew up a Cowboy fan and got drafted by the Cowboys. And it's different, right? Because if you go, how many of these guys get to go to a team that they've rooted for? So when you see them, they got to be professionals. Like, you know what, I'm in the league now. You know, it doesn't matter who I rooted for growing up. You know, I'm just happy to be a part of the league. But then you get Jeremy Ruckert, who is a phenomenal blocker. He is going to take someone's head off for many runs by our running backs. He can play in the backfield as a fullback, so he's got positional flexibility. Imagine Tomlinson, Becton, with Uzoma next to him, with Ruckert in the backfield. We run left, and we pull Vera Tucker that way. We're going to gain a lot of yards with this
you're going to have a
ensemble that we have now. It's going to be fun to watch us round the ground and pound the ball and just take 4, 7, 8 yards at a chunk and just keep going, because there's not many holes in our blocking. Our receivers can block. Corey Davis can block. The tight ends can all block. So I think it was really cool for his family. Imagine being his father, who's a Jet fan, and made him a Jet fan. Like, if my kid ever gets drafted by the Jets, imagine me. Like, I would be dehydrated from the tears of joy that came out of my head that night. I couldn't imagine how cool it is for that family. Jets shirts on in the living room, doing Jets chants. Like, and they're not doing it because he got picked there. They're doing it because they're fucking diehard Jets fans. How awesome for that family. Can you play the clip of Braden just asked this. Jeremy or CJ, I'll ask you guys. Or Jeremy, do you have the control features? Can you share screen on your end? You're on mute. Hold on, I got you. Go ahead.
I can share screen. What do you want to see?
Read the comment on the screen from Braden. Can you play the clip of Ruckert and the family reaction? You can go to the Jets website, or you can go to YouTube, and I think
I'll find it.
It's there. They were outside doing a Jet chant. Wow, the moment he got the call, and any of it. Yeah, Joe Malone, welcome. Nice to see you. If you haven't already, I would appreciate subbing to the channel. I know I've seen you in Jeremy's show, right?
What was that?
Joe Malone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew the name.
Green Bean fan.
Yeah, I've seen him there as well. I did my first. Did you see my comment today in the 24/7 stream? I did a $2 comment, and I was like, "All right, guys, serious question. When do we start the 2023 mocks?" Gitmo Bob, that was cool. Yeah. Did you see the video of Ruckert putting Karlaftis off his feet? No, but I will very, very soon. So, CJ, while Jeremy's looking for that video, tell me your thoughts about getting Ruckert, a guy that we've all wanted, a guy who can block, a guy who was underutilized in the pass game because of the elite talent that they have. He gets to come here with Garrett Wilson, his college teammate. They get to come here together and help build our offense. It's really, really exciting. What's your thoughts on it, bud?
Well, I was happy about the fact that they ended up drafting him and the fact that, the Jets were his hometown, his favorite team. And one of his dreams was he grew up wanting to play for the Jets. Now that dream is actually getting the opportunity to come to fruition. I just think that's completely awesome. And then, of course, him being a part of the tight end room now with
Thank you, Joe.
CJ Uzama and Tyler Conklin, just being a part of all of that with guys that have come from winning cultures, and now they're coming over here to help Robert Saleh cultivate a winning culture here within the New York Jets. It speaks volumes. It's definitely going to be great about it's definitely going to help the mindset of the young kids that are coming in. I mean, still the Jets are going to be like right around one of the youngest teams in the NFL, if not the youngest team in the NFL, again, going into this upcoming season. And if everyone can stay healthy, because I saw a little Braden's comment over there, you little prick over there. All we need is a bunch of injuries. Yeah, bite your tongue, you little prick. I'm just kidding. We love you. No, but if everybody could come from training camp and preseason, everybody can stay healthy. They're 100%, and we got our full squad for week 1, and we really can get these guys going. We really could do damage. So, but again, you got to come out of training camp with everyone who you need to be healthy at 100% healthy.
Yeah. Let me say what's up to Yep. He found me on YouTube randomly the other day. And welcome, brother. Welcome back. Good to see you. Oh, Jeremy, I saw it, and then it went away. I was about to add it.
It was the wrong one. 1 second. Okay.
I think Ruckert, Gitmo Bob says, I think Ruckert is the most complete tight end in the draft. Look at his production with Fields. He is a beast in the red zone. But the problem is when you have receivers like Olave and Wilson scoring from 60, 70, 80 yards away, Ruckert didn't get much burn in the red zone. So he made the most of his opportunities. And I think he will be very, very good in the NFL. I think he's one of those guys who is just in a loaded offense. And I think his film and his highlights are good, but obviously he doesn't have a ton of them because of the team and how good they were with their weapons. So Irvin Charles, wide receiver, Indiana, excuse me.
We got it now.
We got it? All right. Now I edit.
Just add it to the stream.
Okay, here we go. Here's a video request. We got Ruckert.
Can you see it?
I can see it. Yep.
So you see it. Okay. Did you select sounds to share your audio when you shared it?
I just clicked add to stream.
Oh, okay. Maybe I needed to do that.
You might have to do it on your end.
Okay, let me stop sharing just for a second.
Let me take this off so we can see CJ.
Let me stop sharing just for a second. I'm going to fix it. I just need to make sure that I did that.
So. Let me address this. Yeah, we're going through the draft one by one. We just got to Ruckert at the end of the third. So that'll be the next guy we discuss. So perfect timing. This is a great comment. And Matthias says, and Ruckert is back in the same situation as Ohio State, meaning we have so much talent on our offense now. He's back in the same position. So I think when you look 2 years from now, Ruckert is tight end 1, and being with CJ and Conklin, and they'll find it. If you can play, they're going to find a way to get you on the field. And the great part is we're going to have more plays because we're going to have longer drives. We're going to have more opportunities. The whole team is going to get much better. So let's add this. And here we go. Let's watch a really cool moment.
Hopefully everybody's going to hear this, and let me know if you can or you can't.
Okay.
It's not playing. Whoa. Make sure it's playing. Whoa. Wait a second. Sorry about that.
No worries, man.
I don't know why it's not just playing.
No worries. We'll make it work. Okay.
Las Vegas, what's good, Vegas?
Yes, sir.
New York, New Jersey, we in the building. Let's go. With the 101 pick in 2022 draft, the New Jersey Jets select Jermaine Ruckert.
That's good. That's really, really good, man.
That's awesome right there.
Thank you for digging that up. That's really good stuff. Like the brother sitting, or I think it's brother or friend sitting on the couch in the Jet shirt, like that. That's like a storybook, man. That is just absolutely fantastic.
It's like the dad, because imagine how happy he is. Not only is it his team, but it means his son is not going to go far away. That it's going to be his favorite team, and that means his son's staying local in the New York area. He's not going to move to Detroit or freaking Houston, but he actually has his son, getting to play in the NFL for their team. I mean, what a great feeling. They don't have to move. Like you saw the girlfriend. Like,
well, let's be real. Getting from Long Island to New Jersey, you might be better driving to LaGuardia and flying to Miami than you driving from Long Island to New Jersey.
Well, they're going to move. They're going to definitely move. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool, though, man. I really, really enjoyed that. So, give me your thoughts on Ruckert, Jack. We'll cover Ruckert. We'll finish this, and then we'll move on to the next pick.
Yeah, he was right up there with Trey McBride for me. While I thought Trey McBride's a great receiving tight end, I don't know that Ruckert isn't just as good. If you stuck him in Colorado State and utilized them all the time against those opponents, he may have had the same exact production. But the difference,
a lot of people saying that Ruckert was tight end 1.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people saying that.
Well, the difference between the two is that Ruckert, out of the top tight ends everybody was talking about, is by far the best run blocking tight ends. By far, there was no one when you named the top guys, Jeremy Ruckert, whoever it was that you liked, Isaiah Likely, none of those guys block as well as Jeremy Ruckert. He was by far the best blocking tight end in this class. Okay. And if you look at the tape and, the All-22 and people who really did analysis, they didn't utilize him, but he was open. He was open on a lot of plays where the ball didn't go to him because they got Garrett Wilson and Olave, So their offense is just not a passing to the tight end type of offense. But you look at the plays where they did pass to him, and he looks great. And you look at the plays where they didn't pass to him, and he's open. He was able to establish space. So we don't know how productive he could have been if he played for Colorado State. But what we do know is that this is a tight end that you could line up against a defensive end and trust that he's going to get a first hit, that he's not going to get blown right by and blow up the play. This is the best guy you could have drafted if you want a tight end that you can trust and you can line up anywhere on that offensive line.
I agree. Hey, let me cover this real quick, and then I'm going to throw it to CJ. Matthias, I had to create a second Facebook account. We were friends on my first one. I requested you on my second one, but I think you were hesitant to accept it because you thought it may have been fraudulent. It's a picture of me and my daughter in Carolina gear. But if you search Nick Shine Jr., I requested you. But like I said, we were friends on the first one. So hit me, accept the request, and we'll go from there. I want to get back into the greenhouse And I want to have you join Proud New York Jets fans too on Facebook. I'll check you out, Jay. Appreciate Matthias. Yeah, Matthias does good stuff too, man. All right, CJ, Jeremy Ruckert, hit me with it, and I'll be right back.
So Jeremy Ruckert, I mean, from the stuff that I've read so far, I think it's shocking that the Jets were actually able to obtain him, you know, as low as they did. I'm actually surprised that he wasn't a high second-round pick, because Jeremy, you just talked about it. You brought up a lot of his stats and stuff like that, and he was expected to go fairly high in regards for the demands for tight ends. So just the fact that the Jets were able to get him where they got him, listen, bring it on, man. I'm sure this kid cannot wait to strap it to saddle up with the New York Jets, strap those shoulder pads on, and go crack some skulls. Let's get it.
Right? Have we ever drafted a player who is going to give more or try harder than a fan of the team? Like, he's going to live and die with every play because he's a fan.
Like Wayne Corbett.
Why did everybody love Corbett? This is the tight end version of Wayne Corbett. Very good reference.
There you go.
Very good reference. That he is the tight end Wayne Corbett. You might see more Ruckert jerseys in 3 years than anybody else. Just like
this one over here is for. I'm just moving my camera over here where for Yep. Yeah, I got my 94 Stanley Cup T-shirt right over here. I want to move my head out of the way over there. I got my 94 Eastern Conference Championship shirt, and I've also got the 2014 Eastern Conference Champion shirt right over there. If you go and take a look at the D. Simone fan cave right over there, I got the Rangers logo up there, surrounded by Captain Mac and Captain Cali T-shirts that I got from WeBleedBlue.com. Let me swing this around right over here. This is what I look at. You guys are getting a good look at the inside of the armory. Gretzky and Messier when they were both part of the Rangers. And, of course, I got Wayne Gretzky's New York Rangers jersey right there. So, and, of course, True Blue always.
Nice little collection. Awesome.
Yep.
Cool room.
Thanks, man. Welcome.
Cool.
You guys got a good look at the inside of the armory. So,
hey, CJ, while you're here, I know you messaged that you have to go soon. Let Yep and everyone else know where they could find you.
Sure, absolutely. So, my name's CJ the Painkiller D. Simone. I am co-host of a show called Weapons Hot, a New York Jets fan broadcast on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. You could catch us every Monday night starting May 2nd at 7 p.m. We used to be on Friday nights. We actually left Friday nights. It took a bit of a hiatus to work on some stuff, both personally and professionally. Starting to ease back into it. Every Tuesday night, I do a solo show on a Facebook page called Jets World. It's Weapons Hot Mission Briefs. Normally runs about 30 to 35 minutes, where it's basically me just talking about a topic or two, where I go ahead and foam at the mouth, give you my opinion, especially about different stories and stuff that's been said about the New York Jets. You can follow us on Twitter at Weapons Hot Show. You can follow me at JetsFan0523. My partner in crime, Mr. Kevin Jackson, at Spotty Blackman. Weapons Hot has a Facebook page. We got a YouTube channel. So be sure to like and subscribe. Our content's up there. Haven't done a Weapons Hot After Dark as of late. I think we'll do like a month and a half. So Jackson and I will probably figure out a night when we could do Weapons Hot After Dark on YouTube and just fire some shit off. So, but the way it is here, it's raw, uncut, uncensored. With Jets fans, I put my heart on my sleeve. You know, my face tells all my face tells my emotion, and I don't hold back when it comes to this team. When I give them praise, I give them praise. When they fuck up, they're gonna hear it from me, and they're gonna get blasted with both barrels, straight up. So Be sure to
CJ,
like and subscribe.
Read this
Help
comment.
us out.
This comment's for
Okay.
you. Drop a link
Which
in
we
the
did
chat.
before you head out. I feel like that'd be the easiest way to make sure find the right page. Absolutely. So I don't
while you're
think I
doing
have the
that,
ability to comment. So what I'm going to need
Jeremy.
to do, I may need to put it in the chat,
Okay.
and then what you guys will need to do is copy and paste. Or so
Yeah,
Jeremy,
you can do
you probably got my information, don't you?
Yeah, but he needs to make it a. It would be easier, Nick. I could put links in, and they
I'm
click.
trying to.
Yeah.
Are you
not
talking
in
about?
live stream? You have to do it in YouTube. Do you have YouTube open? If you go into YouTube right now from your account,
Yeah, let me go to YouTube and I'll put my
Yeah, CJ, you look for
no,
that.
you don't have to go into YouTube video. You could literally just look at this video, like watch this video on YouTube. Put it on a different
What do I have to
screen.
open up the live chat?
Open up the live chat
Okay.
and go to the right corner by my name, like, and hit the dots, like as if you were going to block me.
Well, on the phone, I have YouTube open. I don't
Okay.
have that. I have to do it from.
No, on YouTube in the chat, highlight me as if you were going to block me. Pretend you were blocking me. There should be an option. There should be an option to add me as a moderator as well. Is there?
Hold on. It doesn't because I'm on Nick Shine. I got to go to Proud New York Jet Fan and then do it. That's why.
Okay.
Give me a second.
All right. Let me get to YouTube. I actually just copy and pasted the Weapons Hot chat from our Facebook page. Yep, I don't know if you're on Facebook or not, but if you are, search up Weapons Hot. You'll be able to find us. I'm actually right here in our live chat right here on this stream. So just bear with me. I'm going to get that link in the chat.
There we go. There we
Jeremy,
go.
done.
Yep, I yep. Okay, so
All right, there we go. That the link that
So
I
let-
just put in there. That's the YouTube. That's the YouTube chat. If you need, I could even put the Twitter handles in there. I don't know if you're on Twitter or not, but
Okay, so Jeremy got his in.
I'm doing CJ's right now too.
Okay.
CJ's.
All right, CJ, he got it. He can share
all
it.
right, sweet.
So yeah,
Awesome.
these are two good friends of mine. CJ actually connected me and Jeremy a couple months ago. We did a Friday night show together. Like CJ just addressed, they had to dip out for a little bit with their show, but I sign off on both of these guys' channels. I know you joined the other day, and then you've been very complimentary to what we're doing here. These are my godfathers of podcasting. You know, CJ had me on. Jeremy was on the first night. We connected. We linked. Jeremy invited me on there. I'm very supportive of both these guys. CJ, I'm good for Monday. My travel game, my AAU game is Wednesday night.
Sweet.
So I'm good for Monday.
So what I'm going to do is I'll shoot you a link for the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. The only thing, Nick, is that we can't curse on that show, which kind of sucks. But you know, we'll try to keep it PG rated, family rated show.
I will do my
promise.
best. I will put a post-it on my screen. I will get a post-it and I will put it on the laptop that says no cursing.
Dude, I have to have one sometimes. I tell you, I have a little banner on the bottom. Remember not to curse. But sometimes
it's gonna say. I will take a picture and send it to you. It's gonna say, "Don't curse, asshole."
I love it. Love it.
You know what though? I'm doing good. I'm doing better with it. I'm from New Jersey. You guys know you're both from New York, right? We don't do it to be insulting. We use it for emphasis, for adjectives, to make the point. Like there's a difference from, hey, you're an asshole. You're a mother. We're not calling people names. You're like, God damn, do you believe this shit? Like, it's like an exclamation point at the end of the sentence. I don't need to explain it to you.
Exactly.
I know Jeremy's out there, and in California, it's chill and laid back, so he's got no reason to get excited and curse. But
no, you're kidding me. You've seen some of Jeremy's videos.
Well, when I first started, I didn't realize how much I did it. But like when I'm getting into the podcasting a couple months ago, I went back and I want to do like film. I want to do tape on myself. I'm like, all right, what am I doing right? What am I saying wrong? And even I was like, ooh, that's a little too much. Even I said, ooh, that's a little too much. But you don't realize it when you're in the moment, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's why you always go back and you watch the show. Give yourself a little self-critique. I do it every time. Every time I do the Wide Sports Radio Network show, every time I do the Weapon Top Mission Briefs, I'm just like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to stop doing this. I got to stop saying that. I got to stop, jumping from segue to segue. I'll tease something and then never fucking mention it. So everybody thinks it's easy. You pick up a fucking microphone and you just talk. It's not. It's not fucking easy. You got to actually, when you put a show together, you got to have an agenda. You got to stick to it, and you got to make sure you're fluid with it, because I tell you, otherwise it's a fucking pain in the ass. Trust me, I've been doing this shit 9 years. All right?
God bless you, man. God bless. You know what it is? Even though you're sitting at home and you're on the computer, you feel like you're hanging out at the bar with your friends, and you feel like you're not, even though you're working, you're discussing things, you kind of get that feeling of, I'm talking with my boys. And then sometimes when you get to your level and you're a part of a network, they might have rules and they might have structure. Here, my channel, as long as you're not calling anyone names in the chat and you're not attacking anybody, you can say whatever you want. You know it's unfiltered here. I like that. I like the raw. I like the uncut. I like, as I get, if
That's
my channel grows, 100%. As the channel grows, and
should be. As a fan, you got to just let it rip. And look, because if you're going to sit there and try to be all like,
hold on 1 second, I want to get this up there.
All right.
Gitmo says, "Good night, guys. I'm doing better, but it's a slow recovery." Hey, Gitmo, if you can hop in our chats, Jeremy's, Green Beans, and we can, whatever you're going through, brother, if we can help you escape that and have a little fun and hang out for a while, that's great, man. I'm glad that you find enjoyment in what we bring to the table. And obviously what you have and you're dealing with is much bigger than anything we're discussing. But we all need things to help us get through life. So I'm happy you're a part of this, man. I'm happy that you're commenting. I'm happy that you're doing better. We all got love for you. And thank you for joining, buddy.
So, Gitmo, we're pulling for you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
Exclamation point 9 times out of 10. 100%. 100%.
100%.
100%. 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. You might have to do like 99 out of 100. We got to move that needle up a little bit.
Shit, it's like 101 out of 100. So, all right, guys.
You're out.
So,
all right.
Yep. Really quick, everybody in the chat, thank you again for tuning into these guys. Keep showing the love and support, proud New York Jet fans. Keep supporting Nick. Keep supporting Jeremy. 2 class guys. Love you guys. Keep fighting the good fight. JETS. Jets, Jets, Jets. Painkillers out.
I'll see you Monday, buddy. Looking forward to it.
You bet.
All right, we'll talk. Be good, man. Thanks for joining.
Later, brother. All right, I got to go too. I'm going to come back. I might come back and go on tonight, so I'll let you know. I might do a late night show.
Can we do you have 5 minutes?
To do what?
I want to cover the last 2 picks. Give me your thoughts on the last 2 picks.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Clemens and Mitchell, right?
Yeah. Well, Mitchell was a guy that we've mocked in the past. Like, he's one of those kind of late round guys that we've mocked. I've heard some good things about him. I didn't watch tape on him or anything, but he was definitely a guy that he said some decent things about. There were some people who liked him. He's a guy, as far as I understand, that might never be a top of the line starter, but he might be a really good roster guy that can come in and be trusted to play and just play, good enough to not stink and kill the team, not like a GVR, but he might actually come and do a respectable job. And he's
got flexibility.
Well,
he's played tackle, guard, and taken snaps. So another check in the Joe Douglas. We need positional flexibility, and it helps the team, right?
And that's his floor. The ceiling is that he could be a good starter. People have said he might develop and become a really good solid guard or solid tackle or even tight, at center. Like any of those positions, We don't know what his ceiling is. There's no, he was great in college and dominant in college. So he has the potential to, like maybe he didn't stand out as guaranteed, but he might get stronger, improve with coaching, and become a guy who's actually a more than better than average guy at his position and fill a hole for us someday. I don't know for sure that he's going to be ready next year to come in for Fant. If Fant leaves, we'll probably find another solution, but they might believe he can. So we'll see. We just don't know. But he's definitely depth. He definitely has the potential to be a very good guy to have back there if there's an injury that can come in and do a decent job. And that's what we need. We need some depth. It's hard to keep guys that are going to be great starters on the bench, because if they were great, they would be playing. So you have to take it in perspective. What do you want from a guy that's going to be on your bench and not starting? You want them to be able to come in and do a decent job and keep your team in the game and not be a weakness that makes you lose the game.
You don't want to plug in for Greg Van Rottens.
Right.
You want to be able to be good enough with your starters and confident enough in your backups that the beat goes on.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The perfect example of that is 2 years ago when the 49ers defense, the year that everyone got hurt and they were calling out our turf at the stadium, that defense did not miss a beat that entire year. They lost Bosa. They lost 6-7 guys on the defense, starters. And they were able, because of their scheme and the way they teach it, they were able to keep the beat going on. So we're getting there. The best part of last year, I think one of you guys brought this, either you or Adam brought it up early on in the show tonight, is that we played so many rookies last year. My line all year was, once we get like Sauce, Jermaine, all of these guys are going to have playing experience, and it's going to be great for them long-term as they settle back into role players. So they got that experience. They got thrown into the fire. They got thrown into the deep end. And now we're in a position where we're only going to get better, because as we get premium talent, all of these guys have a ton of game experience. So it's really, really exciting to see what we're building and how we're building it. So, I'm going to get off it here in a few minutes myself, because the pizza place next door is closing soon. And I got to get my late night food in me. So keep me posted. Shoot me a text. If you're coming on your channel, I'll join you. For those in the chat, NFL Chaos with Jeremy. He's on Twitter under that name. YouTube, if you haven't followed his channel, I know he posted the link for those that you in the chat who are not already following him. I highly recommend it. This is my brother, my good friend. I talk to him more than anyone else. That's where we're at now. We talk nonstop. We got the chat on Facebook, me, him, and Adam. We were texting each other. It's very, very exciting to be a Jet fan. It's a time to be proud.
It's good times.
Go ahead, take care of what you got to take care of. Shoot me a text, and I'm just sitting at home. I can hop on at any time.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you a bit. Thank you for joining, and we'll talk soon, man.
All right. Bye, Rusty Spooner. Jets fam.
Nice. I love that my channel brought you guys back together. That gives me such a sense of joy and pride that with what you've done for me and allowing me on your show, I love that I could give you a little bit back in return. And that makes me smile, knowing that this brought you guys back together.
It's a beautiful thing. I appreciate it.
It is, man. People helping people. It's beautiful.
Yep.
All right, brother. We'll talk in a bit. Thank you.
All right. Ciao.
Yep. He's a beast. Matthias says, we haven't seen back-to-back drafts like this in a long time. 100%, man. It's very, very good time to be a Jet fan. It's fun. It's exciting. It's not dreadful. Like a lot of us throughout the years with how the team has been, it's like a job that you have to go to, but you hate at times, but you're committed to it because it's what you have to do. But now it's starting to become really, really fun to be a Jet fan. We have a team that we're going to be proud of on and off the field, like I said earlier. Yeah, Rusty. We got a good group, man. We got a good little group of people here. I like it. We haven't seen a draft like this since Parcells. Friday night felt like a dream, and we deserve this. I can't summarize. I love to talk, as you know. I can't summarize my feelings more than this sentence. That's dead on. That's perfect. That is a fantastic sentence. Like, that's beautiful. I put all you guys up on my page. Great content. Awesome. And as soon as we get off, I'm gonna do me a favor. Share Greenhouse, right? I'm gonna do it right now. I don't want to forget. Give me Matthias, give me your page again, because I have it on my old Facebook account. And accept my request. It's still pending. It's still pending, Matthias. You should have an alert because I canceled my request and I re-requested it. So if you go on Facebook, you should have an alert that Nick Shine Jr. requested you. And I think you said Greenhouse Football, right? The Greenhouse Jets Football, right? I believe so. Join group. Joined. I'm in. Braden, what? Hold up. I know I'm skipping ahead a couple. What kind of poppycock nonsense are you spewing here, brother? You're closer to Hawaii than me. I would never get a Hawaiian, brother. I would never. Thank you. Yep, again with a great sentence that says it better than me. I would like to report a crime. No, man, I'm a chicken parm, eggplant parm, either a dinner or sub. I really, really enjoy that. Yep, yes. When's the next time you have a live video? Just want to make sure I don't drop in when it's wrapping up. Well, on the YouTube channel, sign up. If you go to the Proud New York Jets fans, the bell is there. Sign up for alerts. Turn the notifications on, and anytime I go live, because I don't plan it. I do a lot with other shows, and I try to hop on when I can, and then when it's not conflicting with anyone else, because all the people that I come on here with and I show support for, I try not to, I don't want to split the viewers. So I kind of am open-ended. And, but yeah, if you, I think you said you're not on social media at all. If you don't have a Facebook, yeah, just follow the bell on YouTube. You'll be the only one I get notifications for. But hang on now. All love. Awesome. All right. Pineapple, bacon, ham, pizza. Gotta admit, pretty damn good. I'm not a pineapple guy, so I would never think about adding it to pizza. I'm not a pineapple guy. I got no issue with it. Greenhouse. Matthias, I'm in. I just joined. I joined, and when you get a chance, accept me, and we can talk again. Okay, cool. I did. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Great community guy. Yeah, we really do. And I'm still small potatoes. I'm only, I think, 50-something viewer. I think I gained a few tonight, which is cool. But as I start to grow, you'll see between Jeremy and CJ's channel, and then I'll get out there more. I'll start to grow more too. And we really, really got a good group. It's a really, really good Jet fan community, man. And glad to have you a part of it, man. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being involved. Hell yeah, fam. Nice. All right, so we covered the draft. Either I got my daughter's got a couple softball games tomorrow, so either Monday, maybe Tuesday, I'll hop on early, and then and we'll get some more Jets talk in here. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everyone in the chat for joining. You guys make this fun. You make this enjoyable. I say it all the time. If we just sat here and talked with one another, it wouldn't be as fun. The contributions that you guys make to the channel in the chat is priceless. Yeah, I'm going to get there, Rusty. I did a show with Long Beach on Jeremy's channel last week. It was a lot of fun. Me and him have connected nicely. One time I was in the chat, and one time I was on live with him. We're going to get there. Like I said, I know I'm small potatoes, and he's big time now. So I hope to get to the point where, we've messaged on Twitter about collabing. I don't know if it'll be his channel or be here. He's heard me talk, so he might be a little worried about my cursing because he does the family radio show. So I think I have to prove to him I can go without cursing before he's good with putting me on his channel. But that's part of being the Jersey guy. Only up. What's good, Rusty? Nice to meet you. Yeah, Rusty's a good dude. Rusty's a really good dude. Jeremy's channel had Rusty's Diamonds, where Rusty would present late round guys that people might not know about. Everyone knows about Sauce Gardner and Aiden Hutchinson and Thibodeau and and others. Matthias, I'm working on it. For those that don't know, my buddy Jimmy Jardine, he started the YouTube channel here with me. We started the Facebook group together, and he's just got some things going on in life. He doesn't have his equipment. He doesn't want to go half-ass when he does go back. When he goes back, Jimmy, he's very, very well-versed, well-studied. He doesn't spit out hot takes. He is fact-based, and he studies everything. So he will be back when he can. I'm trying to convince him to get on, even if it's 5 minutes from your cell phone outside. Just come back and say what's up to everybody. But that's not him. He doesn't go half-assed. He's got to be all in with it, and I respect that. So he's still 50-50 with me on this channel. And I do IOW Sports Network, where we talk about all sports, and those guys have sent me the laptop and the equipment, so I've been able to start branching out and doing more just Jets related. But I'm also, if you search IOW Sports Network, me and my buddies Lamar and Jamel, who are on there, Facebook group, we have discussions going on all the time. We do shows Monday and Thursday, 4 to 6. My buddy Lamar does a late night show. Joe Malone, I just saw your comment come up. I was about to throw that out. Very good timing. I'm going to work my way down to you. But anyone, you got any questions you want to throw out my way? I'll answer it, and then I'm gonna have to bounce. Great, thanks, Nick. Go Jets, absolutely, always, man. Go Jets. We'll talk next time it's live to get to know each other. Have a great night. You too, man. Thank you for joining, man. It's good to see you pop up again. I call in and break his balls about USC to put you. Nice. That leaves CJ out. Yep, 100%. What's your favorite pick from the draft? Now, Joe, are you talking Jets or overall? I mean, my favorite pick is the trade up for Jermaine, because I think it puts the pretty bow on Sauce Gardner. I think the two additions combined make it fantastic. They make each other better, right? Covering for less, quarterback has less time to throw. I think that the combination, I wasn't big, and I don't think you were here earlier in the show, I wasn't big on Gardner until we traded up to get Jermaine, because I think the combination of both raises the level of the defense, which is fantastic. Is you seeing him on my page? Yeah, Jimmy's good. He's still in the comments. You'll see him on my page too, because me and him created Proud New York Jets Fans together. So hit me up on Proud New York Jets Fans for anyone on Facebook, and I'll get you in. Wow, Braden, going big time. I like it. I'll take 3-3 in the division this year. If we can go from 0 to 3, I think that's fantastic. We could play 500 in the division and then get to a point where we're playing 500 ball or better against the rest of the league. You get to 9-8 this year. I think that's a huge leap from where we've been. I think it would be absolutely fantastic for us as an organization and a fan base. We go from 3-4 wins, and then we get up to 8, 9, 10. That's a huge jump. And with the competition in the AFC too, that even says more about where we're at. Please, so we can shut those Dolphins fans the fuck up. They really say we rattled. Yeah, man. And I like what Miami did. Like, if I had to rank an offseason, I rank ours 1, I rank Miami's 2. I love what they did. And I hate saying that with Armstead, Collins, Hill, Mostert, Chase Edmonds. They did really, really well. They really did well. They built a fast, speedy offense. And I hate giving the Dolphins a compliment, but I'm at the point now where it's anybody but the Patriots. I don't give a shit. Anybody but them. Like how delusional we drafted our best players, not because it should. Nice. Yeah, Jimmy is definitely the man for sure. Yeah, Rusty, I'm a big fan. We connected very quickly. And then if you go back and look at the video we did last year, we did a couple. And then he moved, I moved. Things were crazy, and we couldn't really connect as much. I want to see 8 wins minimum. Yeah, I think we're there, man. I really, really do. Agreed. Great take. Awesome. All right. I got to get my food order in next door. It's 10:25. I'm going to go there, slam a beer or two. Yankees win again. 7 or 8 in a row. Fantastic news. Cole 0 earned runs. Finally. I think they're going to injure Mr. Ludorum, and I give 0 fucks about it. Karma for Zach. Hey, you know what? Keep him in the game and just beat him and pummel him. You know, if we knock him out of the game, it's not as fun. I'd rather just pummel him time and time again and do what we could do best and put pressure now. This defense is really, really good. Thanks, Nick. See you next time. Braden, thank you for joining, buddy. I appreciate you. Yep, have a great night, y'all. Go Mets. I don't knock it. My dad was a Met fan, and I'm a Yankee fan. And when my dad was alive, some of the greatest banter I have with my father is Yankees versus Mets stuff. To the point where when my dad was sick, with cancer, he would be like laying on the couch sleeping, and I would take the Yankee hat and I would put it up on the couch, like right by him, and I would take pictures and send it to him, and he would woke up. He'd be like, "Motherfucker, you did it to me again while I'm sleeping. God damn you, I fucking hate you." So I tried to put a Yankee hat in my father's casket at the eulogy, and my mom was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like yelling at me like that in the funeral home, and the people were just like fucking dying laughing. So they know that they knew how me and my dad were. It's good stuff. So whenever I see Mets fans, I tease them because it's fun. It brings me back to conversations with my father. Not to get too nostalgic or emotional here, but yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So when I see Mets fans, like I bust their balls all the time. Yeah, I actually saw the last 2 outs of that. But let me run. Let me get next door. Oh, look at that, bringing people together. And yep, when you join Jeremy's show in the chat, I mean, Jeremy's up at almost 500 subscribers. You'll meet a lot of good people. You'll have a fun time in the chat. And sometimes the chat takes over the show with how interesting the chat gets. Like we have to stop discussing what we're discussing and going into the chat because the conversations are so good with the knowledge and the fan base that we have. So you'll enjoy being part of the community, man. Sorry to hear that, brother. I'll carry this banter along with me now. The traditional Karen, my man. And if I come at you, it's not me being mean. It's in my DNA to go at the Mets. You know, I say all the time that the one time the Mets had a chance to be relevant and credible was 2000, and then they blew it. So I'm going to end on that note. Gentlemen, I appreciate. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. Tell your friends. Share my channel. Let them know that we're having a good time here. We're having good discussions. And I'll talk to you guys soon. As always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.